And thank you once again to all of our generous supporters over at patreon.com/878survivorfm, to all of our $5 supporters, our editors, to all of our $10 supporters, our production managers, Dick Donovan, Kenny Baker, Big Dog, Shane Murphy, Tank Dazza, and Michael. Our producers, Jake Snow, Red Freedom, Melbourne, and Tuxness, and our new director, our $50 supporter, the Wolves of DayZ servers and Sauerkraut. We'd also like to thank all of our YouTube members, Kenny Baker, Mr. Fix, You My Size, Cinnamon, King of Lobar, and Tuxness. All of you are legends who help the show go on each and every week. Thank you all for your support, even just by watching or listening each week to the podcast, and we hope you enjoy this week's show. I'd also like to do a new shout out that I'm going to do at the front of each episode to all of the team behind the podcast, which is me, myself, Boydie, Marks, that lad, Archie Stormcloud, Foxypote, DonSibleyGames, DanceofJesus, Jacob Mango, Daone, and Spud from DayZ Down Under. Links are in the description. Please ensure you check them out. And we are live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And welcome to episode 82 of the DayZ podcast. And we are joined by Marks as usual. How you doing, buddy?
Yes, doing good. How are y'all?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Now, Lad will be joining us, but he's just had to duck out for dinner. So he will be back in about 20 minutes. So, yeah. Archie, unfortunately, folks, is having internet issues. So it doesn't look like he's going to be able to make this week's episode. But the one person who did make it is our man of the hour, Avoka. How you doing, mate?
Hey, man. I'm good.
Nice to finally get to chat to you, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, it was I think we've talked about that for a long time, actually.
Yeah.
Like coming in the podcast.
Yep. Well, and it was pretty much going to be waiting for, when you had more that you could talk about and all the rest of it. And that day is finally upon us, mate. There's a lot of people who are very hyped for this map. Mark, you've been following it closely, haven't you?
Well, I've been talking a lot with either Avoka himself or with Smoking Burr as well, who owns the Aftermath servers. I haven't had any updates on it in, it must be a couple of weeks now. Well, since I've done my video on the Aftermath servers, I think that was the last time I got any teasers or anything like that, or information. So, yeah, it's looking good from the teasers I've seen so far. So, definitely want to look at.
I saw you uploaded an absolute plethora of images in the Artwork to Share channel, mate.
Yeah, I did. And it was even like a selection. There was like more of it. If you want, I had the idea after. If you want, I can maybe stream you in game, like show you the city.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I'll close my one down and just talk us through it, mate. Because map making is something I've always looked at with amazement. The amount of detail that goes into, Essica was one that really caught me with the amount of detail he put into the city there, and just showing, what you could do with the limited assets that you guys have at your disposal. To do a desert map, though, that's next level.
Yeah, we had to get new assets, basically. But like on Essica, for example, I love the fact that he used the actual assets in other ways.
Yes.
Like there's in Essica City, there's a place. It's like a restaurant outside, and he used the tables and stuff. Like it hasn't been done yet. Yeah. And I sent him a message, but it was like, GG mate, because like it's imagination. We do that with Underground as well.
Yep, awesome.
Yeah, using DayZ assets the way they should be used, but it works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen like with other people using DayZ assets, like they'll take, I think it's the church or it's one of those kind of official buildings, and they'll sink it underground. And you know the way some of those buildings have a statue on the tops of them.
Yep.
They'll like sink it in the ground, so then there'll just be like this statue on the ground instead, but the entire building's underneath and stuff. It's really cool. I think
that's a thing.
Kimchi has it, if that's how you pronounce it, and stuff like that. It's a cool idea.
That's why, like, if you look at the behind of the scenes of the maps, like if you look from underground and stuff, you'd see a lot of things like buried down underground and stuff like that. Wait, I'm just gonna launch my game. I'm gonna like, for example, there's a broken bridge. I don't know if I sent a screenshot of that on Qhaima, and it has like rebars going out of the concrete, and actually it's a light pole for the series.
Well, while you get your game going, I'll read the bio that you gave us. So Avoka, French, and I like the fact that you put a baguette there. You're 22 years old. You're a noob mapper. I made Valning 2 years ago, and I'm now working on Qhaima with the admins and devs of the Aftermath server. Started to play DayZ when Standalone came out. I always loved the game. I started mapping because I felt like my grandparents' town was DayZ-ish, and I wanted it in-game. So basically, it's Gersling City in the Valning map. I'm looking forward to be with you on the podcast, and we're happy to have you, mate. But 22 years old, you're fucking, a couple of years older than my son, man, and you're making. There's a lot of people who are really hyped for this. This Qhaima Desert map.
Yeah, and I have a lot of. When is it releasing? A lot of messages.
Yeah.
I asked that a lot.
Yeah, I stopped to I stopped to give any date for now because it was a mistake. Like when was it? In summer, we said a lot like it's gonna release soon. But we realized it wasn't that ready. Like we could have done a beta test. We could have released like some sort of tests, but we wanted to have it like really ready for the release. So it's not like with all the respect I have for the other maps and mods in general, I feel like there's a lot of mods that are being released way before they are ready, if you know what I mean. And like then people forget about them after like 2 months. Because it wasn't that impressive in the end.
That's what I think happened with Takistan. When that map came out, because that map came up, there was like everybody was super hyped, servers filled instantly, and then a week, 2 weeks later, maybe, and there was like there was no one there. It was very empty. It felt like that. It just didn't feel like it was DayZ, if that made sense.
Yeah, honestly, people are gonna take my words because some people tell me there's kind of a concurrency between Qhaima and Takistan. But I like the style of his map, but when I saw it, when he released it, I think he released it too early, to be honest.
Yeah.
And now maybe it's in the future it's gonna look amazing, but it's maybe gonna be like too late because people in DayZ, they move so fast from one thing to another.
Do you think they used a lot of Arma 2 assets on that map, didn't they?
Yeah.
What, sorry?
They used a lot of Arma 2 assets on the Takistan map, and a lot of them, they look okay, but you can tell the difference in quality.
I use the same because it's like the free ones from Arma 2. But I'm not using them only. We have a lot of new assets for the series and stuff. Because for example, with those assets, like the mud houses, you can't really make a great city, if I can say so. You can't make like in Squad, that desert city with the big buildings and stuff. You can't make that at all. So that's why we got like new assets. Oh, by the way, are you hearing me well or not? Because I have like 200 ping right now.
Are we what? Sorry.
Am I lagging for you? Am I lagging for you?
No.
Just okay, fine. Okay, I'm gonna launch my game.
DanceofJesus saying D-Roll was the same thing, released too early until a few months ago it wasn't popular because most people had a negative experience and felt like it was just an unfinished map. Yeah, I think that might be the same thing with Essiker as well. Like Esker is a great map, but there's only like a quarter of it done.
The size is the problem.
Yeah. So like the only places you were in Esker, if you were doing PvP, was in the city. It was kind of the only kind of PvP area, city, airfield, and then the zoo, and that was pretty much it.
Oh, it depends because but like there was servers where the PvP was pretty much where you spawn, and people are just killing each other in the bomby places, and it felt like
it was a very very fun map. Like the PvP on it was great because the city was set up in such a good way where like the skyscrapers in the old part of the city, you could shoot straight down into the new part of the city and stuff. It was really kind of well balanced. And you don't have that on something like Chernarus. And
the mapping
it
is
definitely
very
made it
good.
unique. Apart from the
mapping
FPS
is
stuff.
very good. Yeah, but like it feels like some things are missing, like in terms of size. And I don't know. I haven't followed if you made it like bigger.
Yeah, I haven't played it in quite a while. I think they're still just working on it. I think they're putting so much detail into it. It's taking quite a long time. So it's not like they're just they're waiting until they're like really good and then showing it off.
Yeah. So
I am so glad I muted this video.
La la la.
So are you going to do like any, like some people would do, like where they'd open a server for a weekend or something and do beta testing or something like that? Or are you just going to release it when you think it's like ready to go?
We're probably gonna do some testing, at least for the loot balance, because
Right.
unless you test it with a lot of players, it's hard to. That's gonna take time actually. So balancing the loot, because we want basically what our roadmap is. We are gonna release it on Aftermath. And like for the time, it's still really work in progress because it's not gonna be. The whole map isn't gonna be finished when we release it, in terms of size and locations and stuff.
Yeah.
So we are gonna release it on Aftermath for a certain time, but like we can't know basically. We can't know by advance how much time is it, of course, because we don't know what problem we're gonna find. And when it feels like it's ready, like more stable, more finished, we are gonna release it to other servers. Basically.
Right. It's gonna be cool.
So
it's going to be cool to get a mix because it's going to be interesting to see how it plays when it's modded, and it's going to be interesting to see how it plays when it's pretty much vanilla as well. So it's going to be interesting to see both sides.
On the first release, we want to release it on the server Aftermath. That would be like first person, pretty hardcore. Not that much, like not a day one, for example. You see day one Namalsk, not that much of hardcore maybe, but something
kind of more vanilla
like
style.
DayZ. Yeah. And at first we wanted to keep it exclusive for us for the whole time, but we decided to switch, and we thought it was better for the map and the project if it was for the others as well.
Yeah, for sure.
I love the ground cover. I really love the ground cover. You've got someone in chat there saying this looks like Iraq.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, wait, I'm gonna show you. So, you seen the not in the Qhaima teaser, but which video is it? The video where I walk in the desert, Max. You know that one? And like
the one, yeah, the one I put in the Twitter post.
Yeah, you can see on this video there's like. So basically, I'm doing the map just to present the dev team. I'm doing the map, so everything regarding the terrain editing. JD, who is now owner of Aftermath, is doing a lot of model stuff, so he's working on the assets a lot.
Yeah.
Smoking Bro is making a lot of contact to some creators and invested a lot, like in terms of money in the project. So he bought assets, he bought stuff, scripts for the map.
Yeah, I heard how
Yeah.
much he had spent just on rocks for this server.
Yeah, he
It
spent
was
a lot.
crazy.
Honestly,
It was crazy.
he spent a lot.
Yeah.
And Smoking Bro invests a lot, like even for Aftermath and stuff. You know it, like there's so much things he invests.
Yeah.
And we have Mario E. Maybe you know him. He's like a scripter, so he made a script. So oh yeah, you see on that video you're showing. So the ground basically it's the desert right now. I changed it a bit. So that's gonna be hot. We made a way so certain areas of the map are gonna be hot. It's now working. It's been working for like maybe 2 weeks. So when you're gonna step in that desert, it's gonna be like danger hot. And we thought of having ice pack in opposition to the heat pack you have from.
So basically doing the
normal
opposite
DayZ.
of what the Molsk is.
Yeah, a bit like that. Yeah.
Yep. That's cool.
Because that desert is gonna have military areas and stuff in it. It's not the only desert. It's like the small one. The big one will come later, but that's the small one. And in this one, you're gonna be like, I think it's a red hit. So if you just run through it as a zombie for like 10 minutes, you're gonna end like yellow health and stuff. Just dying. And we're gonna have to see as well if we can touch the. Actually, it was a suggestion from Twitter. I don't know if Max, if you saw it, but someone told me like the water should drop faster when it's hot. So we're gonna.
Yeah, I
see if we
think.
can tweak
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I think I remember.
We're gonna tweak that as well.
Yeah, that would make sense.
On that video, or on that screenshot as well, you can see the particles. So that's like dust. I'm not gonna have that when I'm gonna show you in offline mode, of course. I just have the map. So all the particles and stuff, I don't have them because it's offline mode of the map. But there's a lot of particles and stuff being made. So yeah, that's why like I'm here tonight, but the whole project is carried by a lot of people. It's not just me.
Yeah.
Well, we saw that list of names in the trailer video you released. Syntax and.
Yeah, Syntax. He helped me a lot on surfaces. Oh, there's Poppy as well. Poppy worked a lot on assets. And there's things we worked on. Maybe that's a feeling we know. Like Poppy basically is the guy when I get a bug or something that doesn't work because I'm a noob, as I said. I message him, please come help me. And we, for example, to get grass working as we wanted on the map, like grass to generate, it took us like 3 days to get it working.
I love these little oases, man. They just look so fucking cool.
Yeah, same. When I made it, I was like, okay, that's gonna be cool, but I didn't realize it was gonna look that cool. I love them as well.
A quick question with the map. I don't even know whether this would be possible, and I would hate to do something that adds creature feed for you. But what about heat shimmer?
What?
So you guys who don't live in extremely hot climates or have never been to one probably aren't aware of it. But here in Australia, it's something I'm very aware of. But basically, when you're in a really, really hot environment, Smoking Bro's going shh.
Yeah, I'm seeing.
So basically, it blurs the distance. The heat radiating off the ground creates distortion that makes it hard to actually see something.
Ah, the heat wave, you mean?
Yeah, heat wave.
Smoking Bro, do I say?
I don't think he. I don't think he's basically saying, "Shut the fuck up, Boydie. Don't tell him to put that in." I imagine it would probably piss off a lot of people and upset them, but I don't know. It'd be a cool feature that maybe during the middle of the day or something like that, the heat shimmer, creates a distortion effect in the distance because,
Would sunglasses affect that? So if you put on sunglasses, would it fix it?
No, it doesn't.
No. Right.
Okay, Smoking Bro said I can start the server. Right, I'm gonna fucking stream the server then because you're gonna have all the particles and stuff. Yeah, we have. Then he said we have actually the heat wave. We already have it.
That's awesome.
Also, hello.
Hello.
Welcome back, lad.
What'd you have for dinner, mate? What'd you have for dinner?
I had Hunter's chicken and chips.
Nice. Yeah, Spud's got a good question there. That would be good for FPS. Yeah, not that would probably get hurt servers a bit, but it'd be an interesting mechanic if it was in there.
And smoking.
Yeah, definitely be cool to see.
I'm just wait. Look, Discord PM smoking.
Okay, so just because I got in. Hello, Avoka. Nice to meet you, bud.
Thanks, man. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. But so what have I missed? What have we been talking about? We've just been talking
Everything,
about the
mate.
maps so
Everything.
far, yes.
No, we've just been mostly showing clips and talking about the trials and tribulations they've had so far, and why they haven't got a date for it as yet. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, I can definitely say because what I've been working on take as much time as you fucking need when it comes to maps like this, mate. Just from this screenshot alone, it looks really interesting. Really, really liking the trees for sure, and the sand is very nice.
It's going to be very nice to fly helicopters in this map and just fly over all desert.
Fuck off.
It was so cool.
I'm pretty sure it's already been mentioned, but how big is the map? Just out of my curiosity.
10 kilometers. It's gonna be like 10. What is it? 10 kilometer by 10 kilometer, pretty much. A bit more, like 10, 20. But like,
so what's that?
That's a smidgen
it's
smaller
like,
than
okay,
Shores.
you take Livonia.
Right.
Oh wait, actually, I had the picture. I can send you. It's gonna be more. It's gonna be better. I made a comparison picture using channels. Just let me find out.
It's going to be 2 meters big.
Because we can have a talk about the size of maps actually if you want, because that's an interesting topic.
Yeah, I definitely want to, because obviously, depending on the kind of like what you're going for, yes, sure, it's a desert map. I'm pretty sure that I'd imagine you'd be making some extra content to accommodate for the map as well, unlike Takistan, where it was like, it was just a bog standard desert map. There was nothing really special.
Yeah, we're
about
making
it.
a lot of special places. Thanks, Dance. Dance is right. That's the size.
Oh, very
Dance
nice.
of Jesus.
Dance of Jesus.
I like what Katana said. Well, your character yell, hot, 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 if you walk barefoot in the sand in the middle of the day.
Smoking, can you send me just the password for the server in PM on Discord? I forget it. Okay, look, in artwork to use, I sent a screenshot of Charmarius, and the square is like Qhaima size in comparison.
Right. Okay. See, that's not too bad. That's not bad at all. Okay.
Yeah. So
there we go.
The thing.
But that's. Oh, sorry. Go on, mate. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. The thing with like size of maps, it's interesting because when I was doing Valning, it was the same size by the way, but I had this question as well. What's the size? Same thing for Qhaima, of course. That's normal. But I don't think the size is really important in the map. It's more like it's made, like the distribution, where the cities are gonna be, the roads. The navigation, that's way more important in the end.
Yeah,
for example,
especially like... Go on, sorry.
Sorry, just to end. Like Livonia, it has, it's a bit bigger than Qhaima, but 40% of it, the whole bottom of the map, is just forest. Nothing but forest, pretty much. So in the end, you have like, the map is smaller than when you think of when you just look at a picture of it.
Yeah.
I think.
And since it's obviously going to be like a desert map, are you going to do kind of like what Namalska's done with the cold, but instead with the heat?
Yes.
Yeah, that's working. We got it working.
I love you so much. I'm so happy to hear that because fuck me, that was the one thing I absolutely hated about Takistan.
Is it in Takistan?
This is. No, Takistan doesn't do it, which is ridiculous. Because I mean, I never played the original Takistan map, so when people were like really hyped up about it, I was like, whatever. But I was really hoping they would actually have something like that in place. And when they didn't, when I found out they didn't, I was like, well, what's the point? What's the point in playing the map? Yeah, sure, the sandstorm. Yeah, but that's it.
Those sandstorms are bloody awful. Like, cause they on the server I was playing, they came in every like 10-15 minutes. And I think they'd done damage to you, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
and it was just bloody awful. It was terrible.
Yeah, that's right.
I enjoyed Takistan. I really did, and the sandstorms, I actually kind of liked them. They were an interesting mechanic, and I just enjoyed myself with them.
It seems like it was a fun time, but it could have been better. If you know what I mean, in terms of
yeah,
because it was new as well. So people enjoyed it for now. Okay, wait. I am in game. Oh, I'm just gonna do that. Second. Alright. Alright. Why Discord is so bad with selecting something on the stream?
Mate, just as I've fucking been there. It's so annoying. There we go.
Okay, now you should see. Yeah.
Oh, like that.
Yeah, I'll explain everything in extreme. So you can see that those particles of dust going around.
That's such a nice touch.
It is actually, yeah.
And we have it's not in right now. I don't think the mod is added on the server anyway. But
so you kind of using the same kind of like color tint that Takistan has done.
Yeah, we are. So we found how you tweak the lighting. Basically, it's something you can do in DayZ actually. It's not like a mod you have to make, or it's like in DayZ configuration.
Yeah, it's just a text file, isn't it? So.
God, I can already. I can already envision the PvP on that street.
Yeah, Sniper Avenue. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And we tweaked it. I made it. I think our lighting, like the yellow, is a bit lighter than Pakistan because I felt it was maybe a bit too much sometimes in Pakistan.
So, how many of the buildings are accessible?
Every one of them.
Every one of them.
Oh, and they've all got, and obviously I would assume that they've all got loot already assigned to them and whatnot.
Yeah. Well,
well, there you go.
That's all. So maybe we are gonna see some furnitures like not well placed or stuff like that. That's something I'll like in the updates. I'll correct. We are probably gonna make like there is oftenly for the maps fixed schema chat. People send screenshot and stuff like with coordinates. Here it's not perfect. I mean, I just like make sessions of corrections.
Right.
So you have like, we talked about buildings earlier, and I was like, for this map we need apartments. We need like for the cities big buildings. So that kind of building.
Isn't it nice seeing not reused content for a change? Like it's all different. There's no that's Churner's apartment buildings or whatever in the desert map. It's all custom.
Honestly, I had this discussion on the it's perfect.
A cool building for a base.
Yeah, that's right. I had this discussion on what was it, the DayZ Modders Discord, about making new map using Churner's assets, and we came to the conclusion now someone making a map just using Churner stuff and being in a Churner mode, honestly, is just gonna lose his time.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because there's so much of it. It's not that much interesting anymore.
Those buildings are nice as well. Like a lot of custom buildings you kind of see in different maps sometimes can be very low quality. But these ones look like quite quality. And sometimes like people report and stuff and the scaling's wrong, so you walk into a building, you're like a tiny person in like a massive building. But in these ones, it doesn't look like that at all, which is great.
Smoking Bro's saying go to the desert and show the heat wave.
Yeah, I'm gonna show that. 2 seconds, Mr. English.
I'm gonna say one thing that would really light the map up, and it's the same criticism I had of Takistan. The one thing that annoyed me the most, and I know this is a big ask, but you mentioned about reusing assets. The loot needs to be region specific, if possible. Finding a Marlin dry bag, and food with Russian text and stuff on it.
Oh no! I'm absolutely agree with you. That's we already talked about the food.
Awesome. Because if you were finding stuff with Arabic writing on it and stuff like that.
It
just adds so much more immersion. Like, I like the fact that your character is wearing robes and not spawning wearing shorts and a bloody t-shirt or something like that. I like that.
Yeah, as Smoking Bros just said in chat as well, we are working on that. So, I mean, from what I've seen so far, looks like a really interesting project. And how long have you guys? I mean, I assume it's just more than you and Smoking Bro that's working on it. How long have you guys actually been working on the project for?
Okay, basically the story of the project is so I was doing Valning. I was a bit bored of doing Valning for a time because it was repetitive, and I wanted to try something else. And I thought, like, if I do a new map, it has to be different from a channel staffing, as we said earlier. So I had the idea of the desert map. And I started, I don't know if I can find a screenshot of the old Qhaima, but there is another Qhaima basically. No, it's not, it's gone. It was like the first batch, first try. It was like maybe 8 months ago now, something like that. And it was looking great, but like the hills and stuff, basically it was all made by hand. You can see the city right now.
Mm-hmm. That's nice.
So it was all made by hand, the terrain and stuff, and it felt a bit like it could have been better if it was like real places imported topography. So Smoking Ball came up with the idea, and I found the way you can actually download topography from internet and import it in DayZ.
Yeah.
In a way, if I'm going to show you actually where the map is.
Yeah, because it's done by the height map, so and you can get that publicly, which is great.
Exactly. So basically, Google Map. I'm gonna show you where the map is. Oh no, Google Earth is gonna do it better. It's in Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a place where there's not any town and stuff. It's just like mountain and landscape. So that gave me all the freedom I wanted to design. À propos après. Okay, how do I show that? What's that? This is Paris, my friends.
Hello, Paris.
It's killing my PC.
Hey, there's a Jesus.
Okay.
Is there a way for modders to be able to like take a copy of something they see in Google Earth and transfer it into like a mapping tool or something like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I did.
Yes. Go watch the DayZ podcast with Big Grandpa. And he talks through the entire process. I think he created, don't quote me on this, he created a tool where you can import geography and it will just create it for you.
Right.
Did it, because I don't think I use that method then. I use like the old method I use in Arma, which is a bit painful. You have to go for like 3 different softwares. But it's things you need to learn if you want to get that done. So yeah, you see that's actually what map is, Saudi Arabia. And that's like the main mountain in the middle. So if I get that in game, okay, that's this mountain.
Right, okay.
You can see like basically that's the place. The city where I'm at right now would be like right there.
Yep.
Oh. Okay, that's actually pretty fucking cool. I like that.
So it took all the data, and thanks to that, the mountains, they look really cool.
Mm-hmm.
DanceofJesus, he did it as well. I think on his map, he's working on it now.
Yeah, he did.
That's awesome, man. That is. So when this releases, how's it going to be released? With the service that is going to be hosted on, what regions and that sort of stuff?
Probably Europe. So that's Smoking Bros call, but maybe if it works nice, maybe US server possible.
Mm-hmm.
That's not my call. My game crashed. Typical DayZ. I'm just gonna relaunch.
The US servers?
Yeah, US servers.
Maybe, but like that's not something I can really decide myself.
EU superior anyway, so it's all good.
But I wish there was one, of course, for the US players. And as I said before, yeah, it's gonna be Aftermath at first. For the time it's being worked on enough, so it's stable and ready to be public, basically.
So when you first release it, it'll kind of be like an open test, so to speak. Like people can come in and give their reports, feedback. Teams are looting, then the map design, and then post it to you, and then you guys work on it. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot of feedback actually.
Yes, definitely. Make sure you do post the Discord in the chat for people to have a look at. I'll be wanting to check it out as well. I'll be giving you some feedback. Your map shit, fix it.
Yeah, Smoker Bro, that'd be a good idea, mate. If you've got a Discord, post it in chat, buddy, so people can join it. Yeah.
That's the Aftermaths one there. I just put in thing. I put in YouTube as well. That link should work, unless I'm absolutely terrible to do properly.
Nope, it worked.
It should.
Nice.
When you're on the Aftermath Discord, at the bottom of the Discord, there's the Qhaima section. It's where
I see it. Yeah.
All the you said all the infos about Qhaima. In Qhaima updates, you have a lot of screenshots if you want to use them.
Oh shit! Yeah. Fuck. Damn. I don't like these. That's some really nice, impressive shots.
Okay, my game loaded. Please don't crash. I'm gonna fill my drive
really
with
nice,
report.
shots.
Okay, my game loaded. Please don't crash.
I see the screenshots you posted as well before.
I'm gonna fill my drive with report. Okay, my game loaded. Please don't crash.
I see the screenshots you posted as well before you put in easily. It's so mate, it's so much goddamn better. Like damn.
So which ones? So the ones without the color correction would be the ones that look a bit more dull. Is it?
No, the color corrected ones are the ones that we were just looking at in game. You know, with all
the
sand and yellow kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Yeah, because I've always been interested in how the lighting actually works, because I've worked with it slightly, a little bit with Dunkgra back on New Dawn when we were trying to make our nights a lot more reflective of like actual nighttime. So, you know, like moonlight's more apparent compared to like the really dark areas. But I never really understood it too much because I always wanted to emulate what Chernarus Gloom has done. You know, how it's like really vibrant and the blacks are more contrasted and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can see there that his health is like he's
you can see if you look at these bunkers, you can see the.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Mate, that is so fucking cool.
That's fucking awesome. That is brilliant. That is going to.
I'm smoking ball.
Okay, to go into specifics, how does this affect accuracy? Is it going to be something like, are you able to spawn in a gun and we can see what it does to aiming in the distance? Because that is, oh my God. Yeah, exactly, DanceofJesus, in before all the sniper players complain about it. Oh my God,
I can't see shit. I'm not even sure. Wait, I think it does work with the scope.
I'm getting goosebumps looking at that. That is brilliant.
It's gonna have sun issues. Yeah, look.
That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all.
That is. Okay, I'm gonna say this now. That looks perfect. That looks brilliant. That is great.
Yeah, that won't affect PvP at all.
Oh, iron sights are going to be terrible to use. Yeah.
I think maybe it's going to be okay, actually. Wait, I'm going to have an idea. How do we teleport on that thing? Okay. Base spawn. Hello, mister? I think it's okay.
But make sure
There's the wave.
Make sure you...
He has the wave.
Oh, see,
Yeah,
that
you can
looks,
see it reflecting off.
That looks fine.
Yeah.
That's maybe the dust will get actually. On those.
I mean that looks all right to me though. I mean, yeah, maybe there's some slight whatever, but that would be what would happen in real life, isn't that right, Bodie?
It's good. It's good. I'm quite impressed. That's.
So did you use kind of like the shimming sort of effect that Fireplaces use for it as a basis?
So I'm not the one that made it, so I don't know how they made it actually. But I think they did this. Yeah, I think so. Oh, by the way, yeah, there's something like when you shoot in the sand.
Oh, that's cool.
Maybe I did too much. But it does like a big sound like going around.
And so, does this affect server performance much? Like all these little details?
No, it won't do.
No,
do anything.
It doesn't.
Right, that's good.
Really? Yes, it does. Look, lag. Didn't I? Oh, by the way, you can see my hits. You can see my hits, my hit level. Bottom right. So like I'm in the desert, so it's really hot. I have the god mod, of course, so I'm not gonna die. But
question: if it does that for a bullet, what does it do for a grenade? The amount of dirt that flies up.
You should hear their grenade sounds as well. By the way, they have like custom grenade sounds in there.
Oh yeah. We have the custom grenade sounds.
Yeah, we kind of hear the game, so that's a shame.
The heat wave is ran client side.
That's fine.
Let's use it. Oh, no.
Spud said before in chat he thinks it will help with performance issues. The heat shimmer, is that right, lad?
The heat shimmer. I mean, as far as the
visual effect.
It's just a post-processing effect. That's on client side. It's got nothing.
Exactly. It's client side, so it shouldn't affect that.
Okay.
It does the normal kind of the normal. Yeah, and
it'd be cool. It'd be cool if it made a massive cloud of smoke. But again, creature feep and all the rest of it. But yeah, what about driving a vehicle across the desert? Does it create a massive plume of smoke in that?
So actually, right now, if you drive a vehicle, we haven't touched that yet. And like right now, I think actually drives. Well, I choose. I don't know for the immersion. Like in the trailer.
Yeah,
so if you use that kind of vehicle, I mean any vehicle by the way, it drives nice. Like it's on a road basically.
But does it create a massive dust trail behind you if you're driving across the sand?
Yeah, normally it should be hard because like you're on the sand and stuff. So I'm gonna see how to tweak that. Yeah, you can see you can just go fast. It's not a problem, really.
Especially for a vehicle like this, Jesus.
Of course.
Oh.
You have my driving skills?
Amazing driving skills, mate. 10 out of 10. Oh.
Yeah.
So those Hummers going to be a part of like the map models? That just something added?
Oh no, they're like it's the Hagener. So if they're on the server.
Okay. I like that you guys are putting so much attention to small detail in. Look at those palm trees just shimmering.
Yeah, so that's basically JD got them for us or not. The palm trees. You can't cut them yet, I think. They don't like that. We try to get the wind animation for it.
So what with the red flashing heat? Just to touch on base on this again, what footwear are you wearing on your character at the moment?
Oh, they're good.
So you're wearing dress shoes. Will different shoes have a different impact on you taking heat damage?
Good question. I don't think so because basically we get the heat by the ground. That's the way it works. But yeah, you mean like you're walking on hot sand, so it destroys your face basically. I don't know if we can get that working. it would be like a new variation in the script. So I don't know how hard that would be to make. Right now, I believe that any shoes you use, it's gonna be the same.
Flip flops should be OP where they just don't give you any heat buff.
The old Jesus sandals.
Yes.
Flip flops or sandals with socks.
Crocs. Don Sibley wants Crocs.
Yes.
What's the name of it?
If you don't add Crocs, don't even bother. just
has anyone created a Croc mod yet for Don Sibley?
I don't think so.
No idea.
Oh my God! Could you imagine if someone won Winstride's clothing pack item and it was Don Sibley? I want Crocs. I want Crocs added to Winstride's clothing pack. Oh my God.
Okay, look. So there. Ding 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 ding.
So are we going to see? I'm just asking rough times now, but are we going to see this map this year?
Yeah. I can't really say. I said earlier. I hope so. Like it's not really something I can.
Yeah. No. Of course.
Yeah, because like that's my goal. But imagine if I have big bug, something like really hard I have to confront, and I've said to people it's gonna come like 2 weeks, but then it's not ready. That's why I'm not ready to do the date. But when it's like really ready, we will give the date. By the way, I love that look. That head.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I think that's the best one.
I like that.
And basically, if I step out of the desert, normally, so, if DanceofJesus is still here, he's gonna know about that because he had problem on his map about textures. So like, oh shit.
So is the tier 4 area is going to be in the desert? So it's going to be a bit of a risk to go in there because it's really hot, or what way are you thinking of doing that?
Yeah, so basically, the equivalent for TZ on the map, like the hotspot, it's gonna be northwest corner, like Ciao.
Okay.
So in that desert, you see that's like the big desert.
Yeah.
And the desert I mean right now is this one, so it's a smaller one.
Right.
Okay.
There's like a little last like that. That's like a smaller desert. That's the big one, and we're gonna have some stuff I can't really talk about yet, but here.
Okay.
And basically, people they would spawn like south, like this section, and east in the mountains.
Right.
So there's a lot of houses and towns in those places, as you can see, like all those houses and stuff.
Good.
But they will have like the same loot you can have on the Ciao coasts, basically. So not the good weapons and stuff. So you have to move out if you want to get the good loot, of course.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So we have a lot of custom textures as well, like this one for the desert, and so you're being odd. I think there is a transition texture for the desert as well.
Yes.
Yeah, that's still so. Basically, what I did is like I took this texture and this one on both sides. I just merged them to make a new one, so it looks better. That's a bit painful to do, but it's worth it. So you still, we decided you'd still have like the heat effect even on that texture because it expands the area where it's dangerous more.
Yeah.
But whenever you get to normal ground, you see it's about.
What about the bitumen roads? Do you get heat from these?
Oh yeah, so basically, I had a road in the desert before, and we removed it. I removed it for now because it was removing the heat, so you could just walk on the road and have no heat. So what we thought of, maybe we're gonna create a new road that has heat, or maybe we're gonna stay like that and no road in the desert.
Look, living in Australia, I can tell you that I'm unsure of other. I love that. I'm unsure of other regions how they construct their roads, but in Australia, you do not walk on bitumen roads. You walk on the grass on the side during the middle of summer. I've seen it get that fucking hot that the road is actually starting to melt.
I saw that. Yeah, I remember. I think it was watching a documentary where soldiers were in Afghanistan or Iraq or somewhere, and they were like, "It's so warm that when they were walking on the tarmac, it was literally just sticking to the bottom of the boots." Like it was.
Yeah,
that'd be a cool effect, but don't know if it's possible.
Yeah, not sure. We haven't talked about that yet. But like, just in the odd places, the road. Well, for far now, it's a little issue because it was removing it basically when you walk on. Since it's working with the
Scotty.
Yeah, good question. What about night
Scotty
times?
wants to know. Yeah, does the temperature change at night?
Yeah, it should. Yeah. Normally it changes with night time.
So it'll be like really cold during the night times. Because that seems to be like the common thing of like
I don't know if actually
desert areas. Yeah. But yeah, Smoking says it will be cold. That is
he says
nice.
There we go, we've got game audio now.
And
Katana should be able to cook meat on the asphalt during the hottest part of the day. Honestly, it's not a fucking joke. You would be able to, in certain areas of the world, you could put a piece of meat on the fucking bonnet of a car and you'd be able to cook it. It'd take a little bit, but it would be able to be cooked. You've probably all seen videos where someone cracks an egg on the bonnet of a car or something like that and they cook it here in Australia.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's crazy.
I mean, I like that. The pitted area. I like that a lot.
Oh, I also made for the servers and stuff. I made a few rooms compatible with
Wait, is there going to be?
Thanks. A few rooms compatible with
Sorry?
No, I just can't for some reason compatible with keycards. Wait. So, you know the keycards mods. We'll just open it.
Yeah.
So like for example, like will be one. It does like a knock-on section.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You're gonna recognize that one. That one, it's nice. But you can customize it so like you have good looting.
Basically, it's the same on Valning. He loves his underground tunnels in the cities. He has some on Valning as well. They're really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair though, I'm a fucking sucker for underground sections. Yeah. So that's just my horn is right up there. I love that.
Well, we're gonna have more undergrounds in the future, as well as caves. I'm trying to get caves working, but it's not that easy because of the way the works. And for the underground, we're gonna have like the big undergrounds we're planning to have in the future. We want it to be like dark, like a mask.
Yes.
So we know how to do it. We just need to get working, basically.
Are you going to have sandstorms?
Smoking. Wait. Smoking, yes or no? Basically, the stuff I'm not going to show you until smoking is okay.
I really want to be kept updated on this because this has got very strong Namolsk vibes for me. And some people are probably going, what the fuck, Boydie? Namolsk is freezing. This is hot and over the top. But the thing that makes Namolsk so special is the attention to detail, the small things. You know, the combating the cold. Here, you're going to be combating the heat for the server and just... The heat shimmer and just all these little things are what's going to really help keep a server alive. The fact that you guys have thought about things like customizing a loot table for it, so you're not finding cans of Russian peaches and fucking on.
Just the distance. Okay, I got you.
Okay, so Dyson, who's one of the admin team of DayZ Down Under, is saying if you do get sandstorms, please don't use the popular framework mod that adds weather stuff. It's an annoying extra dependency that Tacky requires.
No, we're gonna get it done all by ourselves.
All by yourselves, yep.
Yeah.
See, I like that because, yeah, sure, whereas, like mods that do that is really good and is beneficial. It's really, really cool to be able to have everything out of the box in one package where it doesn't depend on anything for it to run. I really like stuff like that. Like, it's so nice.
I like what they did with the Molsk. There was the Molsk map. So for those servers that just wanted the map, they could do that. And then there was the Molsk survival pack, which added all the extra stuff. That was such a brilliant way to release the Molsk experience. So everyone could appreciate it depending on how they want to play. Me, I don't think it's the Molsk without the survival pack, but there are people who don't want to do the survival shit. You do you, boo. So if you guys did that, that would be a fucking an absolute killer. You would knock it out of the park.
Mm-hmm. It's go on back. Sorry, I keep interrupting you, mate.
You're all good. I can say what Buddy said as well. I've played on servers that had the hardcore survival part of it, and I've played on servers that were heavily modded and were, based not on the survival shit on the mask as well. And both sides were really fun. They were really, really fun to play on. So if you do something like that, it will be definitely cool.
Yeah, we're gonna try to find like a right balance.
Yeah, definitely. Sawyer, Sumrak is the lead developer for DayZ, so I mean, that's kind of like.
I think like Namask. Yeah, Namask is like an example for longevity. Like you said before, the work you put in the details and stuff. That's why Namask, it's still like whenever it makes an update, like Lancia in the past, everyone goes back on Namask, and even if I say everyone goes back, everyone is on Namask. Like there's still a lot of full server on Namask because the map, even if you don't like you like it, don't like it, but yeah, there's so much work in it. That's what I'm trying to do with Qhaima, honestly.
Yeah, and honestly, from the sounds of it and from the looks of what you have showed us, and you're definitely going on the right track. You're definitely really going on the right track. Just like Boydie said, it's like the little details that you guys are adding. That's genuinely making me like really excited to see what you guys are going to come up with. And as soon as like you've got a date or something, you've got to let us know. You got to let us know when that's coming out because I can guarantee that all of us are going to try it out.
And get in contact with Jon of Chinaris as well. He does some of the best cinematic work around DayZ maps. Reach out to him, and he'll probably be more than happy to do it for you guys. It's his passion. I chat with him quite regularly. He's a DayZ addict as well. One of those people I was referring to was Ambassadors. The stuff he does.
Can you type his name?
I'll send you a message. I'll probably connect you both on Twitter. Just so you can chat to him directly. He's Jon of Chinaris' cinematics. Last year he won the award for best cinematic because it was pretty much all Jon of Chinaris' videos. It's what he's known for. He just has this. He knows how to use the camera. He's just so fucking good at what he does.
Okay. Yeah, send me this.
And Scotty's saying ping him as well when you're ready to announce. So, yeah.
Definitely good. I'm looking forward to it.
Very.
Definitely looking forward to it. Yeah, if you need testers, let me know. I'm always here.
Yeah. If you follow on my Twitter, like and stuff. I mean, for you before, but for everyone, of course, I'm gonna announce on Twitter and after my Discord and stuff. We're gonna announce it everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Discord. So you asked me if there was a sandstorm, right?
Yes. Oh, shit. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna show. Basically, there's multiple levels of it. I'm not gonna show the end of it, but like it comes gradually, the sky, and we are getting the script done at the moment.
Hey, rain.
And you see this like going up in the sky.
Obviously, there'll still be a chance of rain. What will happen to the temperature if it does rain in game? Will it cool the map down, or?
I don't know if we're gonna actually toggle the rain, to be honest.
Okay.
Well, if the, so rain by default on DayZ does touch the heat, right? Like it gets you cold, does it? Let's try it. Oh, that's the question. Wait, let's try it, actually. Okay, so now it's raining. Yeah, I don't think it's balancing it. Doesn't seem like it. Oh, wait. It does a bit.
You haven't got the wet. Yeah. You haven't got the wet status yet.
Yeah.
Temperature's going down there slowly.
Yeah, but we haven't thought of letting the rain in, to be honest. So, it's humid. So I don't know, like, if that's gonna be a thing, to be honest.
You can always experiment with it, and see.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd be happy if there wasn't any rain. Just having that sandstorm effect, which I assume is a skybox.
It's possible to easily script. Yeah, if it's possible to easily script, like maybe why not? But since it's not my field of things, it's a bit up for me to tell you if like yes or no it's gonna be basically.
We've already discussed it, Sawyer. The map is going to be 10 kilometers squared.
Where is it? Yeah, because even if I go into if I go into Oasis, I don't think I'm gonna like.
Oh, no, fuck's sake.
So yeah, that's the Oasis.
Yep.
Oh, it does cool down. Yeah, it does cool down. Wait. So yeah, that's cool. You see, because like people can get there to get like in a better state and get a bit of water.
Yeah. That's fucking hell.
Basically, to counter the heat of the desert, what we thought of, and we're gonna do it is the ice pack. So you're gonna around the map. We don't know yet if it's gonna be in specific areas or buildings and stuff, but you're gonna be able to loot ice packs, and when you crack one, you can get in the desert for a certain time. We don't know yet. I mean, you can still get in the desert if you want, but if I just remove the god mod, I think it's gonna be like the health is going down, and if I don't get like in the desert and get in the airstrip, I'm just gonna die.
Maybe the best time to do it, probably, I'd say the best time to get to the desert and stuff would be at nighttime because it'll probably be a little bit cooler as well, which will probably help. So you'll have to plan around it and stuff like that.
Okay, that would be a cool Easter egg, Spud. You find a genie's lamp and you can spawn in an item as a wish or something like that.
A wish, give me info and stuff. You got smoking. He's gonna work on that.
He's already on it right now. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Smoking bro. Love it. That's entered the chat. Okay, that's cool. I'm sorry, but I like little Easter eggs like that.
I love
it.
That's cool, yeah.
There's another one, but I don't know if it's in. Is it in?
Oh. There it is.
Wait, no, that's smoking was yeah.
Right, okay, right.
It's not right now. Yeah,
mate, all the hard fucking work you guys put into something like that, you're entitled to have a bit of fun with the fucking map. And anyone who, my immersion, fucking have a chill. I like immersion as well, but...
It's a bit about... Oh, damn, look at that one.
Yes, actually, it needs Rag Tyson's flying carpet mod. That would be cool.
We've already got a flying rock. Just keep that there. That's fine.
They have the same thing in Pakistan as well.
That's why the map isn't out yet.
It's not a flying rock, it's the event. They're doing the event on Qhaima.
What event? What?
The Namolsk event.
What event, buddy?
The Namolsk event. Where the rocks levitate. Oh my god.
Okay, so that's some. So I just can tell you about the event. You mean like the EVR and stuff? We have things going. I can't really tell it's going to be. I can just tell like there's gonna be like a script and something like that.
Yep.
And I'm already working on it. But I can't say that for now. But like basically, I'm getting things ready for the release date, and at the same time, when I do time for it, I'm working on the updates that gonna come after. So it's
what's the what's the deal going to be with looting natural food and animals and so on? Is it going to be, for the usual fruit trees, or have you got a remodel, where you might find olives or figs or, stuff that might be more native to the actual environment?
Yes. So about fruit trees, we haven't done that yet, but I think we talked about it. That would be cool. And in terms of animals, you're going to have
dates. Dates would be another one, yeah.
Goats, sheep and goats are in the mountains right now. I think there are some chickens, and we need to, in the future, we need to work on getting cameras. Actually, we know it's possible because people, for example, they have people, for example, they have like what's that? They have custom zombies and stuff, so we can just create an IA using a different model.
Is there going to be desert bears? Like in Pakistan, the desert bears. It's like,
wait,
it makes no sense. Yeah, it's stupid.
No, we're not gonna have that.
Yeah, it's really stupid. It's dumb that they have them in that map.
I mean, honestly, for example, animal spawns, desert bears. If it's on the server, it's a bit the fault of the server as well, because they are the one putting the animals. I mean, like, maybe site is doing Pakistan. Maybe it did the bear spawns, but like the servers, when they customize their server and get it ready for people hosting the map and stuff.
Maybe it could have been,
They could have just removed it, basically. So it's on their hand, and
yeah.
Carolive
like all
is... Sorry, I keep interrupting people. I apologize. I'm just fucking excited about this map.
You see all those buildings?
Yeah, I do.
There's a lot different. There's a lot different, Cairo. It's probably best to go back and watch this when it's released, because it's almost impossible to recap it into a 5-second answer or something like that. Camel spiders. Yeah, camel spiders would be.
That shit is so ugly.
Yeah.
It's an interesting species. Basically, I made it so like one good thing about PvP map is that you're gonna be able to get on pretty much every roof. So, for example, that city is gonna be a sniper thing.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a.
You can go from that window, for example. I made it so like, wait, where is it again? For example, if you're on that one, I'm not sure it's that one, but I'm not sure. Please, I wanna play. Why sometimes it bugs out with the admin tools?
Just a bad map. Blame the map. Hashtag bad map. Cancel.
Yeah, answer. Okay, that's right.
Oh, you can do it walk across the wires. Ooh, nice. Just like Esker.
Yeah, exactly. So you can go like from a route to another. Parkour.
That's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Scotty's asking, all buildings have no doors. Design choice for performance, or?
Oh no, they're gonna good spot. No, they're gonna have doors. It's just that JD hasn't made them yet. So like for now, they don't have most of them they don't have doors.
It is a good spot. I hadn't noticed that.
Yeah.
We'll give you a pay rise, Scotty.
They should have doors in the models have doors and stuff. It's just that JD couldn't make them yet. But yeah, that's gonna come.
JD needs to get his shit together. Get some doors on these buildings. Oh, you can even run across 7. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, but not miss because you die.
You could probably parkour into those balconies if you're really, really good. You might be able to hop into one.
Yeah. And by the way, so we had the models, the buildings, and you can recognize all of them. So I placed them by hand. All the furniture's inside. It's a bit painful, but I.
Oh yes.
And then after I did one, I made a few variations of every building basically, and just you can just copy paste them of course. But yeah, like all those bags and stuff by default, they're gonna be there.
That's cool.
The desks and stuff.
DanceofJesus is asking, out of curiosity, how many times do you think bulldozer crashed on you?
I don't know, like, and that time, 1,000. Knows about it. I know he knows about it. When you on bulldozer, just so you know, whenever you select something, wait, where is it? Yeah, you select an object, you do like Ctrl Z, to unselect it, and you remove it, some sort of thing, like it's a normal move, right? For some reason it crashes bulldozer. Well, it's just a normal move, it just crashes. Yeah, there's that parking lot as well, you see? I love it.
I like it.
That's a cool spot for base, I like the roof.
It's definitely a really a cool map. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. So what is the recommended server size, do you think, for a map like this? Like how many slots?
70. When it's finished, 70. When it's going to be released on the Thomas, it's going to be maybe less. I don't know, like 50, 60.
Right. So still a good, decent pop, yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of actually places for people to go. It's not like they're going to be...
Like a bro saying 60 to 70. I agree.
Yeah, that seems like a good size.
But on the other
question,
side,
Cairo, how many towns are across the map?
What? Sorry?
How many towns?
And
probably a follow-up question, how many places of interest?
Wait, just to start with the towns, there's like 1, 2, 3. Cities, like 4. Big 4. 5,
okay,
6.
so there's quite a few little places of interest. It's
it's
got a bit more than Takistan had.
Yeah, definitely.
I made it so like you don't walk around for like what, 10 miles and you don't see anything. So like,
but I don't mind that. I know I'm an outlier. I don't mind being able to just walk off and get lost in the wilderness. But
yeah, same.
Well, that's nice. That's a nice little location. That'll make for some interesting encounters for your marks.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Don't do it, Anakin. I have the high ground.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see around like there's towns and stuff. That's actually I started the map in this page, I think.
Oh yes.
If you want to know how I did this, well, DanceofJesus is gonna
just flipped. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I just flipped them.
Literally all it is. It's just flipped.
That's cool.
It works. Because DayZ thought it was a good idea to have a model of bridges, but you don't have pillars and stuff.
So probably an important question. What's the water situation on the map? Obviously, there's the oases, which you can find out in the desert.
Yeah.
But pretty much you're going to be, I'm going to guess, limited to wells. Little pond
Okay,
there.
I think right on the map there is like 2 wells on the map right now. So it's going to be like, maybe I can add a bit more if people ask for it and we feel it's needed, but it's going to be something pretty rare. And so there's close to the mountains in small places, there's like pocket of waters, but it's like, of course, dirty water like that one.
Can you fish? Can you fish in the ponds and the oases and stuff like that?
You should, because it's the. I haven't tried, but normally you should, because it's the same asset from DayZ for the water. So normally you should be able to try that maybe after. But like the water is gonna be a problem, and I think the meta, if you wanna know, the good meta when you start on the map, if you get a south spawn, for example, so close to the city, is to get to those yellow tanks, so you get the traffic. You get like the tetra. Not the tetra, sorry, I mean tetra works as well, but the cloud. What's it? The tablets. Purifying tablets for the water. And then you're good to go. Because unless you can't purify it, you're gonna have trouble. So yeah, water is gonna be a situation on the map. Yeah, earlier I don't know if you remember, I told you I have rebars in that.
That's nice.
You see the rebar? Okay, actually it's
It works, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it works.
A quick little suggestion. I don't know if it'll be possible, but around the piles of dead bodies, what would be a really nice touch is the sound and the visual effects of flies around it.
Yeah, that would be cool. I think if we want that, we need to like touch the body and like it's a Bohemia model, DayZ model. So I don't know if it. Yeah, but that's a good idea though.
You could probably create a separate model with like a single point, with and then attach the particle to it, and then do that.
Yeah,
Scotty doesn't know. Don't mention files.
Flies.
Yeah, like around that.
Flies. Yes. I'm just thinking that would be like a really nice little touch, because obviously it's so goddamn bloody hot, and the bodies are rotting, so it would just be a nice little touch, I feel.
So that's the big boy down.
Ooh.
So
that is.
We're gonna maybe so it just has like a pocket of water there, because like it's not really working anymore and stuff. Maybe we're gonna have a particle of water going down, but like just a few drops of water. Shit.
Oh.
So it's not finished yet. The place is not finished yet. I need to add more like
of course.
Stuff, but yeah, that's the down.
I like it.
And we worked as well a lot on. So you can see that, for example, I haven't made that place yet, so let's look a bit more. Yeah. That's why it's like work in progress and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Not mapped. Mapped. You can see the difference. We have I worked also on having like a place. This place, it's like you can see the custom texture.
No,
like yes. I like that ground texture.
Yeah.
So basically, that place is gonna be like it's a valley with industrial stuff, and it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a dangerous spot actually, because people that want to make bases,
industrial supplies,
base building, they're gonna come here, probably.
You have to be careful though, because the Americans might
really
raid us.
Flat. Your spot is really flat, and like you can get sniped easily on that.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. What about fuel for vehicles and stuff like that?
The fuel.
Gas stations and.
Yeah. I'm adding them. There's like a gas station in the city right now, and I wanted to do it. It's not done yet. I was just gonna place some gas things in those. Well, you see that place, for example, it has the. Yes, that one.
Yeah.
I think you have it in Pakistan as well. So maybe you're gonna be able to refuel at those. We don't know yet, but yeah, we're gonna take care of the gas situation, of course.
It's got some underground areas, Cairo.
Yeah, it has, but I can't show yet.
But no, I agree with him. It would be really cool and probably add a lot for some people if there were lots of caves and that in the mountains?
So yeah, about caves.
Yeah, maybe put in Osama bin Laden Easter egg. You find Osama bin Laden randomly hiding in a cave somewhere on the map.
Yeah. I'm gonna make caves, that's for sure.
Am I going to get cancelled for that one? Was that a bad joke?
Who gives a shit? He's dead.
Too soon.
Fucking hell, man.
I'm gonna have caves. They're just like I don't think I've done one yet. The problem with making caves is that you have to basically, caves and everything underground in DayZ, and that's shitty, but you have to cover it, alright? So there's two ways of covering it, let's say. There's the way like you're gonna make a new model that replicates the ground. I think Mammals has that.
Yep.
Like for the part of the Athena, and Mammals has that, and it works pretty fine because you can spot the difference. Like we looked at it to see if it was a good option or not, and you can spot the difference. But since the map is winter stuff and it has trees and forest, it just placed the forest on top of it, so you don't really see it. The problem is the mountains on Qhaima, it's like desert, and basically if I have a model that replaces the ground, well, first off, it's gonna be flat because of replicating the exact shape of the ground. It's gonna be wild and stuff. So we're gonna have a flat thing on that mountain, and we're gonna see it because the ground texture can't be the same as the sat texture, and with the lighting and stuff. I know we're gonna see this.
The most important question. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but the most important question: will there be suicide vests?
Yeah, I was actually just thinking about
Maybe.
them.
I think we talked about that, so why not? Actually.
It'd be good to maybe make it a place of interest, a suicide vest making factory where you can randomly find the components to make one, and you've got to craft one, and you can then yell Akbar and run in there. And
isn't there a mod already for suicide vest?
There was, and it got took off the workshop.
Really?
Ah, right. Jim say?
Don't do that then. Don't do that.
Oh yeah, because of okay, maybe because of
As far as I'm aware, it got took down because too many people were bitching and complaining about it being too offensive or something like that.
Oh god! What a shock!
We're talking about a game where you can literally,
tie
people up, break their legs, leave them for dead, and...
Mate, one of the DayZ Facebook groups I'm involved with, the amount of warnings we've had over people describing how to F11 and the word involved with F11, suicide, and Facebook comes in with the big fucking ban hammer and gives you a group warning, and... Thank you so much, Redshift.
Okay, so you see, basically that's like the first big military we're gonna have is like on top of the mountain, the big boy mountain, and we have those like custom towers and stuff. It's like a fort, I can say. Yeah, there is a like for this one. There's a little another one here.
So much attention to detail. I really like it. I know it can be frustrating before building bases and stuff like that because of the collision with objects. But it just looks... All those gas bottles there and the rubbish, and it just looks good.
That's more important.
This reminds me of that one base or the military base on Valning on the hill where you've run underground to get access to it and stuff.
Wait, which one?
I can't think of the name of it. It's on a hill in Valning, and it's surrounded. You have to run underneath to get into it, and you have to climb up the stairs to get to the camo building, and then you have all the barracks and stuff. I don't know the name of it.
It's my map.
Reminds me of that one.
And I can't fucking remember it. Wait.
Are you talking about the one on Deer Isle? Isn't there one like that on Deer Isle?
I don't know. I've never.
Yeah. You mean the Jaeger Vault? Okay.
Yeah.
I see which one you mean. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit like that.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of there.
Okay, wait, there's something stupid I wanna show you. Is it? Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, listen. That's not intended, okay? I'm smoking boring. No.
Actually, I'll quickly interject here with something. I need to try and find it. But I saw a post somewhere, and I shared it with my mate Spud. Let me just see if I can find it. And it would be one that could potentially be of interest to you guys with this channel. Where is it? Oh, sorry, with this map, I should say.
Oh, that's the NPCs. Okay.
Fuck, which one is it? It was about someone's creating a mod that's going to enable you to link tunnels across the map.
Yes.
Oh, the icon.
Yeah, is that not the Hive?
Well,
Not the
yeah,
Hive.
well, like.
So basically, you could have you could build a base, and you could install a tunnel that basically will enable you to teleport your character to another base that you may have if it's nearby. Now, I'm unsure of...
on the same server. On the same server? Or...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it will be. I read it as well. I'm just trying to remember where. It was in the mods for DayZ section, Headhunter CSC68. It said, I have been chatting with players on our server, and I came up with the idea of a tunnel system that could link two bases, for example, that are not within too great a distance. The mechanics would calculate the quantity of tools and resources needed, depending on the distance. It would then finish with a lockable hatch at either location.
So what I was thinking was you could potentially modify this because, I don't know, maybe having massive kilometres of tunnels might be too much, but you could have, a tunnel with a few hundred metres, and then, I don't know, TP is always an awkward thing. If it's going to move you, it's like a fast travel, but maybe there's a mechanic there that could be used with some... Yeah, because so many people talk about underground areas and all the rest of it, and how awesome they are. And what Namolsk did with, basically it being black and you need night vision goggles, or to take the risk of going in with a torch or something like that. That's always something that gets you interested. Cairo, as for your question, what's unique about it? It's a desert map. So, we've got a desert map already, but it's the attention to detail that is going into this one. They're going into, when we talked about Takistan, we talked about the lack of immersion, for want of a better way of putting it. I don't think there is a better way to put it, actually. They're looking at things like, even just if you could show what your character's wearing. Instead of spawning in shorts and a shirt, that you get a robe. Sandals and socks, and they're looking at all the items in game being region specific. They are not finding a can of Russian peaches, maybe finding a can of fucking dates or something. Another thing that always surprised me with Takistan was finding pigs around towns and stuff like that. I somehow don't think you're going to find bacon and ham running around in a Islamic country.
Plus, there's also the features of like the sandstorms, like the way that these guys are doing the sandstorms is completely different from Takistan. Plus, the heat shimmer, yes, and there's also the fact that heat actually does matter in this map. So it's got that attention to detail that Namalsk has. So it's going to be really, really interesting. But so they're definitely going to have a different take on the desert experience compared to Takistan. I feel like Takistan was mainly going to be popular due to the OG audience, but that's just coming from somebody who never really played it, so I might be speaking shit. But with this new map, it's going to be something that is completely new in terms of location. Yeah, sure, it's going to be a desert map, but, it is something new. There's going to be new assets. There's going to be new mechanics, as we've just discussed before. And, the map isn't finished yet, but they did hint at of something like the EVR event, if I'm not mistaken. You hinted at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's going to be something like that. So for people who actually want a more immersive desert map, this one seems like the best way to go for. And it's so that's all I can really say about that.
Yeah.
In comparison to Takistan, which if you really want the full desert experience, you're going to have to kind of like either bug the original creators to actually go ahead and implement it, or rely on a modder to get those features in. Whereas in this time around, it's all in one neat little package, which is really nice, to be perfectly honest.
I'm excited, mate. You've got something that's going to catch the attention of a lot of people, and it's going to be exclusive to Aftermath.
Mm-hmm.
For the beginning, like for the period, it's a work in progress.
Yep.
When it's in testing phase, basically. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Basically.
I like that. That's good. Mate, Valning. We can't have you on and not quickly talk about Valning. What's been happening with that?
Oh, Valning, it's done. It's finished.
Yep.
Nice.
Basically, I thought the map. I made the marks you saw it. I made the northern update at the end. So yeah, like those northern places. And I made a few more things. Like I made a trader pre-made. I can send you a bit of screenshots if you want to show.
I'm about to share the Valning cinematic.
Are you on the Valning Discord? Oh yeah, just show that. Show that if you want. I'll send you a screenshot while. So yeah, basically like Valning was like, as I said, I was like in my grandparents' town when first time I saw a video about DayZ. It was DayZ mode, like even before Standalone existed, and I was like in this town, and the way the game looked exactly felt like the place where my grandparents live, and I saw that and that whole mood, and I was like, if there is a way to get this town, this place into DayZ, would be awesome. But back then, I think then Standalone release, I still had it in mind. I had a few looks like, can you make a map and stuff, but modding wasn't out yet, so you couldn't make it. And then modding came out, so I tried once. It was too hard for me because it was my first time modding and stuff. So I tried a bit, it was too hard, I couldn't get it working, so I just stopped. And a few months after, I went back to it.
And I have to quickly interject here. Marks, have you hacked my computer?
No.
Why is it that 99 times out of 100, when I show a clip, it's always one of your fucking videos that comes up as recommended next?
You're just my biggest fan, I suppose. Yeah, just my biggest fan.
No. So how long did Valning take you to get from start to finish?
1 year and a half, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah, something like that. But honestly, there's some Valning. Okay, Valning is a mixed of thing because, and Max knows it because he played a lot on it. Vizerovsky has its style, like the capital, the big city. I love it. I can show you a screenshot of it. I think it looks really cool. But it's mixed on the world map with cities and stuff that I've done when I was when I started to make maps basically. So you have places that looks way more detailed than the others on the same maps, on the same map basically. But on the other hand, you have like Valning has different biomes, if I can say it like that. So you're gonna have a tropical feeling at north. You have a lot of forest in the south. You have islands in the middle and like rivers going through. I think people like that in the end because it feels like when you're on a map, it feels like you're on maybe 3 different maps in 1 hour of gameplay just because you run around.
Yeah, and it was Valning was. I played a lot of Valning with a crew of, I think we had 8 people at one stage on a team, and like there's an airfield. You'll see it in this trailer, but it's down in like nearly a valley, you could say. And then there's a hill overlooking it, and the amount of sniper battles you would have because people would be sitting in the tree line of the hill up above as you were looting the military base, and back and forth you'd have with sniper battles and stuff. It was just It made PvP really fun. Even the cities, well, like this city here, we built a base in. We were located in one of the apartments, and then there was a rival team in one of the other apartments across the way. So we'd constantly be in firefights with them as well. And you'd have to plan your, like, if you were going off to do a loot run, you'd have to plan to make sure they didn't catch you as you were coming out of the base, whatever, so all your doors were closed and stuff.
Yeah,
it was just really fun. It was just really, really fun.
When I made the map, I thought about a lot about PvP and gameplay overall. So, okay, you see that's the old Weserowski. So that city completely changed. One day I went like, oh, I don't really like it. I just selected all and like delete. So I took it. Yeah, that's the airfield Max talked about, I think. So I just got rid of the city and I remade it and it had those those sewers. I was thinking of maybe actually using them back on Qhaima. Maybe that's gonna be a thing. I don't know yet. Because they're a bit painful to use. I mean,
so
the rest.
On the Aftermath servers in that main city is on about, there was the sewer system that he was talking about, and it was a black market trader in those sewer systems. So you'd crawl through there, and the chances of you running into somebody and getting into PvP in those sewer systems was really high. So it was always very intense having to drop down there and going through those tunnels and stuff.
Okay, wait, I'm gonna show you a screenshot of the city. In artwork to use, I'm just sending a few things from a city. So yeah, and Poppy, my man Poppy worked on the set sewers. Is the one that made them working.
Nice.
So the city is like has a lot of details, maybe a bit too much actually, because the FPS like they get performances. You feel like there's a difference.
Yep.
Do I have a screenshot of the source? Yeah, so wait, you can see that screen. And you could just get down the sewers. I think I have to get on Steam. But yeah, right now the map is finished. And I think like, well, it seems like since people move from a thing to another pretty fast, I think Valning is like not a thing of the past, but like the future, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's the same screen. How do I do that? Oh, okay, maybe. No, okay, sorry, that's not the right thing.
This is a beautiful screenshot. I love that.
I like that. I like that a lot.
And where that manhole is in that picture, you can actually go down those ladders and get into like the sewer systems and stuff as well.
Yeah. Well, Womble, I think it's I just saw Womble message in chat. I think it's like
well, I like that screenshot.
It's mixed with exposition, and a lot of people actually just didn't know about Valning. People just didn't see it. But when I released it, and Aftermath did the server, it was full for a few months. People already played it, and then they went to something else. But I was cool with that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the thing. It's very difficult for a map creator to keep that player base, because even though with Namalsk, Namalsk is a very popular map, but the player base died. I wouldn't say very quickly, but it did generally, start to decline, which was an absolute shame. But and that's the problem with a map maker, I feel. I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you've always got to keep something fresh in more like updates coming regularly to keep that regular player base in. Otherwise, they'll get bored quickly, which is it's fucking shitty. But
well, the good thing with since Valning, like a lot of people never tried Valning. The good thing is that Any big server can host a server right now, and people are gonna play it like it's their first time playing the map, like it's a new map actually, because they don't know about it. So that's cool actually. So that's the night. We made, I don't know if you can notice it, but we made so like the stars are way brighter than
I see that, yeah.
Channels.
Will the streetlights actually emit light, or was that going to be?
No, it's like I don't know. The model does it for now. We are maybe gonna have. We're probably gonna make them like still have light, but for some reason the bulb just it's like lighten up, but it doesn't produce any light on the ground.
Yeah.
I'm in offline mode right now, so I'm not on the server. So there's a few things like the heat. The heat is not gonna be. You have the particles. So yeah, you can see they are like around my player.
I like that.
When the sunstorm kicks in, normally we should get it. So like those particles get like to the max size. And so correct me if I'm wrong. Like on Takistan, the sunstorm, it's like it does damage to players, right? When you're outside.
Yes. Yeah. So it'll damage the player, and the effect is pretty interesting, but it's a bit weird at the same time.
I always thought that there needed to be a variation of that, that if you were dressed appropriately, you know, wearing the traditional clothes and the headwear and all the rest of it, that it either minimised or removed the damage to reward you for that. You know, if you went around dressed like Johnny Rambo wearing normal military gear, you would take damage. But if you were dressed appropriately, wearing robes and a turban or whatever, and then it minimised the damage you took from the sandstorm.
Yeah, I agree. Basically, what it's not done yet. What we thought of with the sunstorm is like, okay, you know that. Oh wait, can I actually produce it? Okay, am I in God mode? Yes, I was. You can set elf, right? Yeah, I can. Oh shit. I'm not too good at it. Okay. You see the limp animation when you walk, when you're like low health? The idea is that when the sunstorm kicks in, if you're outside, you have that, so like you can't really run.
Oh, I like
I think
that.
having player damage, I was for that at the beginning, but maybe it's a bit too much. I don't know. We'll see for that.
Well, that's why you're going to release it and get feedback from people. You know, you're trying stuff, and I
exactly.
love the fact that you're looking at ways to, you know, like Cairo was saying. A lot of people, at the end of the day, most people still play Chernarus and Livonia to a lesser extent. The Molskers kept people interested by the constant updates and the lore behind the game, but most of the other maps, you know, they get a lot of interest at first, but then people kind of drop off. You guys are coming up with ideas to make this more, to have more life, more longevity, and that's fucking awesome.
And I'm gonna listen to the community and like, for example, I have like suggestion on Twitter, like as I said earlier, the day rotation, the water. A bit more severe, because I see the screenshot of it working, and someone noticed that it was just going down by 2 levels, and it could be free actually. And I thought that wasn't really stupid. It was pretty right. So yeah, I'm trying to listen to what people can say. When we're gonna have it on Aftermath, the feedback is gonna be really important for us. But yeah, if we do the Sunstorm one way and everyone says it's shit, or it could be better that way or that way, we're gonna listen to that. And we're gonna get like so basically the release is gonna come with a lot of the things I shown you, and there will be the update for that. And we already have in mind what's gonna be in it. It's already like being worked, as I said. But it doesn't mean that when this will be done, the map will be it and we stop the development. If someone or if we have a good idea or someone gives us a good idea, maybe we're gonna have a look at that.
Yeah, we've already suggested that, Cairo. Lots of caves in the hills.
Yeah. That's I'm gonna try, but basically, when you do a cave, it's easier to do it like in a vertical way, like the way you bury it, because it means you have, like in terms of geometry, you have to cover less surface on the top of the ground, because it just goes down. If it goes all around horizontally underground, you have to cover more surface, and the more surface you have to cover, the more difficult it is to like make it look good, basically.
Yeah.
That's a nice bit of praise there for you, Avoka, from Chris Kapow. Have a lot of time for Avoka. Doesn't cut his words sometimes, but a talented, passionate guy in the community. GG.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Awesome. Mate, we have talked for almost 2 hours about this map and Valning. There's a lot of people very, very excited for this, mate. So please make sure you keep us updated. We will let people know what's happening because I think you are doing enough stuff that is unique that this is going to generate a lot more hype amongst the community. And I really hope the content creators get behind it because, you know, without people like yourself and the modders and that, DayZ would not be in the state that it is now. And, you know, the least that the content creators can do is support the people who are helping keep people interested in this game. And this looks fucking exciting, mate. It really, really does.
Thanks.
See, like it's like when I played on Takistan, or rather Takistan Plus, whatever they want to call it these days, I wasn't impressed. Like, I wasn't excited going in, but I just wasn't really like it. It was just whatever. But with you showing me this, and you know, you've teased quite a lot of different things, and you're introducing stuff that, you know, should have been in Takistan. I'm fucking excited. I'm dead excited. The idea is interesting. Everything in terms of the design, in terms of the textures, the buildings that you've implemented, the little sandstormy effects, like the little whatever. It's all absolutely brilliant, and I can't wait to see when it's actually finished. Even when it's like in its like open testing phase, I really can't wait to try it. I might actually, depending on obviously, you know, time, I might actually stream it, to be honest. I might actually give it a shot and stream it and give me thoughts on that, like on that stream.
Yeah, I need to give a shout to everyone working on it though, because like, yeah, as I said at the beginning, it's me right now with you, but Smoking Bro is a part of it, Poppy, JD, Syntax, every one of them, like I mentioned earlier, like it would be shit right now if it wasn't for them. You wouldn't have like this particle dust. You wouldn't have these assets up there. The scripts, the Sunstorm, Mario as well worked on it. So yeah, it's like it's weird because it's a group, and we are like 5-6 core people working on it. That it gets that much details, as you said.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
You need to add like an oil field, and that's where all the American military loot is.
Well, there's the yeah, I got a point.
Lad gets me. Lad gets it. This is your oil field. This needs to have the biggest American military base right next to it. And if you want to get your M4s and your fucking stuff, you got to, because that's where America is, man. Wherever there's oil, fucking America's there.
They'll start a 20-year war.
Love it, mate. Love it. Right, we got to move on. Did anyone watch Wobo's video? One of his last videos. Let me just bring it up. 10 deadly tripwire combos for DayZ. Did anyone watch this?
I haven't.
Oh my fucking God. I shared this on Twitter and I said, I love and I hate Wobo for doing this video. He showed just how much more you can do with this one mechanic, the tripwire, in the game. To people like Archie and the Freshborns guys, I reckon they just were sitting there just taking notes for how to troll people in game. And then you've got to read the comments on this video as well, because there were other people putting in even more ideas on things you can do. It's basically F tier to just set up a tripwire. You set up a nightmare combo after the tripwire, and oh my god, you can mess with people's heads.
Oh yes. It's I like the amount of really interesting ways people are implementing this is really, really cool. It's really nice, even though most of it is absolutely fucking utter dog shit in terms of the trolling level of it. But that's just part of the game. That's what you fucking do with it. It's like you can't really fault it. Oh yes,
even just this one, the lockdown trap. You lock all the doors, so the player has got nowhere to fucking go. It's mean, it's nasty, it's cruel, it's fucking funny.
Wait. You looked at... Oh, and you went...
Yeah, I'll go back to it. But...
Yeah, please.
The guy comes in, he trips the tripwire, and then he tries to run into a room to get away from it, but the doors are locked.
Oh.
So there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to fucking go. It's literally just...
Okay,
but I'm going to stop it now because I don't like stealing someone's thunder. He's got 10 combo ideas. And if you scroll down, people gave other ideas on what you can do with them. So the addition, or the re-edition, I should say, of the tripwire coming back to the game, really, really reinvented DayZ again. For those servers that are doing base building, you've now got a weapon that can still kill you. You've got to remember that. But a way of defending your base. And yes, our crowd, we're so glad he came back.
Yeah, that's right. If you're getting, for example, raided online, and people are at your gate and stuff, and you have the time to place that tripwire in a strategic place, if they finally get in, they're just going to die to that. That's right.
So this guy, it blows my mind that he's only on 110,000 subscribers. He literally should be one of the most, if not the most subscribed channel for DayZ. Just because even if you're not into content creation, if you're not into watching someone else play, you'd rather play yourself. The stuff he talks about is just next level.
Things. Yeah. And you're like, oh, the fuck he knows that.
I mean, as far as I'm aware, a lot of people in the modding community actually help him out with the knowledge as well. So
yeah, I think so.
So it's just great. It's the amount of attention to detail he brings to his videos, but also the people that actually let him know, like, hey, this is the crack. This is what's going on. It's like when Daone made his projectile debug mod. That was fucking fantastic, and I really, when he made his videos about the the penetration shit like that, I was like, how the fuck has he calculated all of this? And then it was
the effort he puts into videos like that. There was that one where he sat there trying to get the snipe at the maximum range or something, and he just fired shot after shot after shot to eventually get lucky and hit the target. If you're appreciative of that, watching his content is one great way of supporting. I know people think I've probably got a fucking deal with Wobo where I'm getting a cut. I fucking don't. I just love this guy so much. The podcast community is a patron of his at the highest tier possible because I believe in the work that Wobo does. And if you would like to support him as well, I've just shared his Patreon in both Twitch and YouTube chat. So head on over and give the guy a few bucks a month to continue being able to do what he does. His website where you can go in there and you can set up any combo of accessories for the AKs and the M4 and stuff like that, and see the variations it makes. Just and then his little videos. Plus, he also does do exclusive content for Patreons as well. So, nah.
Fuck off. No, but I mean, yeah, I would definitely recommend everybody to at least, if you haven't yet, to check out his videos. And if you do feel like, his content is good enough, definitely subscribe to his Patreon. As Boydie says, the podcast, highest level we possibly can. So, cannot really go wrong with it, man. You cannot really go wrong. I will say, though...
They're trolling me in chat. I get $1.79 every time I say Wobo. Wobo. Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching.
Rake in the money, boys. But yeah, I mean, his content's really, really cool.
Yeah.
I'd love to talk to him properly one day, but, we'll just have to see.
We have to get him our guests on the show.
We've had him once.
Yes.
We had him a while back, pre you guys, when he was first coming back, and he talked about what he'd been up to. It's a good old episode to go back and watch, folks. It was an honour to be able to sit down with Wobo. He's one of my heroes of the DayZ community. Yeah, he talked about his time away and all the rest of it. So a good one to go back and watch. Now, I do have permission to show this next video in its entirety. I reached out to the creator behind it, who thanked me for doing that. But I wanted to bring up... I'll roll the clip.
Let's have a gander. Let's see this.
DGH, yeah, I'll check it out, but I can't record anything from it. I can't make a video, so... my biggest priority when I can't do that. Whoa! I'm right next to some dudes. Woo! Got them both, baby! I fucking hit him with my buttstock.
Now, all in all, it's a typical Minder PvP clip. Minder is good at PvP. Everyone knows that. The difference is, and when I reached out to him, I explained why I wanted to showcase this clip. The guy knows his fucking shit when it comes to PvP and fighting other characters. If that had been me, once that guy got so close to me, I would have died. I would have ranted about fucking collision and all the rest of it and my gun pointing up in the air. Minder instinctively knew to go for the melee strike.
I do it a lot as well.
Sometimes I remember about the melee strike, and then I'm like, oh, fuck, which key is it again? That's how rarely I fucking use it. Everyone needs to get good with that fucking melee strike. It is so overpowered. I've seen people use it time and time again, whether it be fighting infected Avoka or another player, and it's literally almost too OP. If you get that melee strike, that person goes into the stun animation, and like Minder just showed, then it was game over. That guy did not stand a chance because Minder got in first. That's how overpowered that melee strike is. If you're not using it, you need to add that to your repertoire, Avoka, don't you?
I'm using it. It's used a lot against when on some servers you have fresh spawns running on people with knives instead. And like if you have a weapon and someone starts to stab you and stuff, you just make your melee weapon your weapon, and then you can just shoot him down. Usually that's what happens the most.
Because it's F on the keyboard, isn't it? You press F.
Yeah.
It's F. Yeah.
But it seems like in a situation like that, like in that clip, it nearly seemed like he fat fingered it and wasn't actually meant to press it. And just got lucky with a strike, because the chances of you remembering to do something like that in PvP is...
I watch all of Mindy's shorts on his Out of Context. Mate, it wasn't a fat finger. He uses it so fucking much, and it's been something I've been watching, and then this clip was pure, that was muscle memory.
That's it.
He went instantly into guys too close, butt stroke, and... there could be a 0.01% chance that it was a fat finger, but I'm 99.99% convinced that was an intentional action, and only by, I'll probably never ever, I will never ever get to that level. I'm too old. I don't drink enough Red Bull to fucking keep my reflexes up there, and I don't PvP enough. But that was just one of the best PvP clips I've ever seen. And I wanted to showcase it. And thank you, Minder, for letting us show your clip on the channel. He does it time and time again, though. And I've seen other people do it as well, but Minder's one who I watch quite a lot of. The Shorts channel is right up my alley. And yeah.
He took a lot of hits, though, in the video.
Oh,
he could have died.
Yeah.
He could have died.
Oh, yeah.
He was lucky.
Very, very lucky. But again, that's what comes with when you PvP as much as he does. You get fucking good at it. You get damn fucking good. And those instincts, it's why soldiers train IRL, so that things become instinct and you don't really need to think about it. And that's the difference between players who PvP a lot and players like me who don't PvP a lot. And I've said publicly, I don't ever want to get to that level, to be honest, because I like the feeling of fear and chaos and button mashing and putting my Steam overlay up and alt-tabbing off the fucking screen as I'm, what fucking button, what have I got where? And I like that, but yeah. But I just wanted to share that clip because it's something that I've said to myself I've got to get better at, is that melee strike. It is so fucking overpowered. You land that.
It is.
You land that on someone and it's game over. Even with a pistol.
Oh yeah, I mean the pistol whip is fucking great. I actually remember, and I've got a video like this on my DayZ channel. I can't remember which patch exactly it was, but I had an IZH and I got into a little bit of a firefight, and I kept missing my shots. The guys just constantly kept into us. I shot him once. He didn't obviously go down. And in the end, he was about to melee us. He was about to start hitting us. And I'd done the buttstock hit, and I shot him once, and he was out. That was it. He was done. And I was like, I was fucking shaking. And I completely forgot about it until that moment on. And it's such a good mechanic. I remember when it first came out, I believe people were actually complaining about it at first, but now it's like, it's just good. It's just a good piece of good equipment, a good fucking addition to the game. There we go. Got there eventually.
On the topic of overpowered things, though, and chat's already jumped the gun and they've already started talking about it. This was a tweet on Twitter that I saw from JLK. A big problem in DayZ at the moment is this Q&E leaning left and right zigzag sprint that people are using in PvP. And it's becoming silly at this point. You shouldn't be able to lean left and right while sprinting, and this would be a good step towards better PvP in DayZ. And I think, I don't know how easy, I'm always loath to say it sounds easy because it's probably going to be the most difficult thing ever, but they need to nerf this.
It's very easy to do. Anyone can do it.
Yeah, it's very easy.
I mean easy to fix. I mean easy. Is it easy to fix? Oh,
okay.
I mean,
if anyone's got a clip of it, that would be appreciated. I couldn't find anything, but I know an Aussie streamer who does it. I tagged him in this to get his input on it as well, and even he said that it's OP. It's basically they're running full sprint and they're leaning left to right like this, so they become increasingly difficult to actually shoot. And
there was one when I remember, I think it was Erno made a video on it, and they were like, "There's one way you can do it. You can run. You're running. You lean side to side. You can drop down, go prone, roll over, get back up, lean again, and drop down, roll over, get back up again." In like a very, very fast amount of time, and you were impossible to hit. You were literally impossible to hit. That one's even worse than the Q.
Yeah, the drop shot.
Yeah, it's
okay. Here's a nice demonstration clip.
I think
apparently
they could. Yeah.
See, I mean that's the thing. It's like,
is that what DayZ is now? Like you just go. Like in a firefight.
I have that clip of it.
No, it's not actual gameplay. I was hoping it would be gameplay. I know Hop did share a link of that going prone him showing
the drop shot. See, that's the thing with the addition of like 0.63 and like the better character movement, which is obviously it's a great addition to the game, but there are certain things like what we're just talking about that need to get challenged, that need to get changed, because it's turning the game into a more arcadey style survival shooter, and that's not what the game's about. That's not what DayZ's about. And yes, I mean, Kyra's saying that you disagree with them. That's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, when DayZ had its old way of controlling the character, it was clunky, but it rewarded you for learning how to actually do PvP properly in a really, really good way. It was very rewarding. Now there's literally no bloody skill into it at all. There's no skill. You just mash Q and E and go about it. And you can, once you find out how to exploit the drop shot roll thing, it's like PvP.
I put a link in chat of I was shooting somebody who was doing it, and it was I'm not a great shot, but it was fucking impossible to hit. Impossible to hit.
There's a few ways they could fix it, though. I think of make the animation slower, or like make using a lot of stamina. Make if you do repetitive like Q&E, make that you have a blur effect like like a LH, because you're just moving your head too fast and stuff, like you are spinning and stuff. So like
Indeed, so
I mean, there's ways to fix it. It's up to devs, or like maybe
if you go to a minute 50 into that video, buddy, you'll see it.
A minute 50.
Minute 50.
Lean running is just a ridiculous mechanic.
Yeah, that's it.
I couldn't hit him save my life.
Look at that.
He does a dancing move.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing. Like, it's look at that.
Look. Hopla!
Cairo finally got him in the end, but it was bloody impossible to hit him.
I mean, you can still shoot him, but you need to like prevent where he's going.
Yeah, and you have to predict where people are going anyway when they're traveling.
Yeah,
and
link it there, Chris, is easier.
But when it comes down to it, I mean, remember in alpha, all you had to do was just move the mouse to quickly do that, the zigzag, and that was ridiculous because there was no inertia at all. Now we've got inertia, and now we've got this Q&E issue, which is causing people to basically mitigate it. Like, look at that. It's like, yeah, sure, it's not impossible, but like, you shouldn't be able to do it when you sprint. I fucking hate this clip. I hate this clip. Look at this tosser.
Yes. Holy crap.
Like, what is this? Modern Warfare 2? Like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Wait, what? Who or what is this?
It was a clip that was posted on my tweet.
Who is it?
TV.
You get those movements.
Talk about
the drop shot. If you compare, you see like when you vault something, for example, the time it takes to vault, it's like realistic. In comparison, in the menu of animation we have for the character, it's so fast just to lean like that or a drop shot. It shouldn't be that fast. So if maybe they just slow down the animation. Yeah, that's not realistic.
They need to add massive penalties for doing it. It needs to be slower. You can't move like that IRL, holding a gun, wearing a backpack, and all the rest of it. You can't. But you can lean, and you could. I've never tried to fucking run while I'm leaning, but this is go back to Call of Duty. Go back to fucking what? I'm getting fucking epileptic seizure watching this.
This video is so fast paced, but his screen is lagging so much.
If it's fixed,
it's like a 10 FPS.
I think it's better if it's done by a mod or something you can toggle, because actually some people like it on some deathmatch server and stuff, you know.
No,
So
no,
it's just
no,
like,
no, I don't agree with that. This should not, this does not belong in vanilla DayZ, in my opinion. This should be a mod you can add where you can reduce the effects, but vanilla should, you know, for the PvP, yeah, PvP should not be like this. This is, oh my God, this is ugly.
Yeah, but if you look, all the content you're showing right now, it's modded servers, and it's mostly being done on modded and deathmatch servers.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with these kind of servers, yeah.
And some people on those servers actually like it.
I mean, this is sweaty up the sweaty as well, by the way. Like this is.
You can tell, like, not to shit on this guy too much, but you can tell he's sweat because he's got NVIDIA filters on, so you know the color's more contrasted. The quality looks fucking dreadful. And secondly, look at him. Like, I'm pretty sure his Q&E buttons are going to break by the end of the fucking week with the amount of leaning he's doing.
By the way,
like, Jesus Christ.
Look, he's a great PvPer. His skills are fucking amazing. Absolutely amazing. I would hate to get into a battle against. There it is, another fucking Mark's video popping up on my timeline.
I wouldn't say that. He's just showing.
He's sweaty as fuck. But
yeah,
I mean,
he doesn't know what the
that's my opinion.
Like. No.
And Chrissy just said that, like, for me, everyone knows I'm you know what Uncle Ray called me an elitist, but for me, I like DayZ for its realism, and this is so far removed from realism, it makes me almost nauseous. Oh my good Lord, that is just oh shit.
I mean, I'm not. Sorry, go on, man. Go on.
Yeah, I just want to say about what you said about NVIDIA filters, because I made a tweet about that, I think like today. DayZ needs to restrict the access to NVIDIA filters from the game because it's a big problem. And I know it's possible to do because Sea of Thieves made that, for example, you can't use the filters on Sea of Thieves. And DayZ needs to do the same thing because without saying it too loud, so like people don't start using it, but there's a way you can. I know that there is ways in the game you can actually almost remove the trace client side just using NVIDIA stuff, and that's like a shit. Or like when there's server of night at dark time, you can just toggle your filters and you see like daytime. It's just that's why I don't like night in DayZ actually. Mostly it's fucked up. So DayZ needs to adjust that.
We had that issue next to K, one of our really good PvP players. They were using NVIDIA filters to basically turn their gamma up all the way so they can see at nighttime, and it was like,
it's better than NVIDIA.
What the fuck can we do?
Yeah.
Was he banned?
No.
And it's not something you can easily police, and it's not a cheat. It's just NVIDIA stuff. It's legit, like, but it shouldn't be usable. I know DayZ can't. Normally, they can stop the usage of it because other games did it. I think they should do it.
I mean,
Lord,
yes,
that was...
in a way, yes. For general play, yes, I do believe there should be some kind of restriction to it. But for people like myself, DOJ, who take screenshots, it really doesn't benefit us.
Yeah,
which is kind of selfish to say, but it's very hard to kind of manage. It's very hard to kind of find that balance between the two. Like, get rid of this feature that a few people really benefit from. That'll punish. Or whatever, you know what I mean. But it's
but you can always edit your screenshot afterwards. You took it for the color and saturation and everything. So I think that's okay.
DanceofJesus just said never used NVIDIA filters for my screen store. Well, shit.
You can just edit. You can just edit your screenshot afterwards on Photoshop or anything.
Yeah, I know that, but sometimes
it's complicated.
Sometimes I like to do stuff like that in game. With the filters, but anyway, that's besides the point. Matter of fact, is that clip shows really shows the bad side of the player movements, in my opinion. Definitely should be restricted. Like leaning when running should really slow you down, especially depending on the weight of the weapon. Should slow the animation right down, or just stop it completely if it's a really heavy weapon or object. That's the way that I would go about it. Because leaning in DayZ, it's very good because obviously lean around corners, that's all well and good.
You look at shooters when they're shooting professionally. Balance is so fucking important to being an accurate shot. And constantly leaning like that even the inertia on your arms holding a heavy gun, like he was doing it holding a machine gun at one stage, and it's just. What the fuck? Look, I've got to temper this with, it's not up to me to say how you do or don't play DayZ, but I think in the vanilla mechanics of the game, and especially with the way they've been heading of late, this does not belong. Let it be something that they can mod in. Someone can create a mod that can be easily added to a pack if they want to play the Call of Duty, Fortnite, PUBG style experience. But that is not DayZ. Oh,
see, but the thing is,
even the armor people would be vomiting watching this.
You know, if they did change it, the shitstorm that would come from them changing that feature would be deafening.
Well, the modern community will just patch it back in then. Simple as.
I know, yeah, but you still know there'll be certain people out there who, as usual, with every update, complain about everything. They'd be on a fucking tangent.
Yeah, to be fair though, every single update, you go on the Twitter, you go on any DayZ public forum where they manage, and people just bitch and complain to them every day about anything. So I'm pretty sure they're used to it. If people complain that they can't lean when running with a fucking LMG, tough shit. Modders will be able to reintroduce that mechanic back in some way or shape or form, and then for the rest of the players who feel that kind of feature shouldn't be there, they have it. They don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about some sweaty arsehole at a hardcore server, like with a fucking M4 leaning like, God knows what at the speed of like Mach 5 or some shit like that.
And look,
that's the way I see it. But
they're right in chat here. Though, Chris's comment is right in chat there, lad. Players can't be blamed for using what's available to them. It's just meta. But Bohemia have to get it right. And I do not hold it against them. It's not how I would play. I don't ever want to play like that. But he's most likely playing on a PvP high loot focused server.
He was.
So that's how they play there. But I wonder, is this on console? I wonder if this is an issue with console as well. Is it easy to lean on console? Any console players in watching at the moment? Is this an issue you're facing there as well?
I haven't heard anybody complain about it on consoles, so
no. I mean, the way that I see it, I will say though that to especially people in chats, I'm very black and white about the issue. I'm no like, oh yeah, maybe it's like, no, it's like, no, this absolutely should not be in the game whatsoever. This should be fixed as soon as possible, because the whole, sure, as Chris said, they're just using what's available to them, and I get that. But the problem is that you are abusing a mechanic which you should be reporting on, not abusing it. And it's like, people complain about the game every single day for being unfinished, broken as fuck, and then you'll get people who use those same broken mechanics and they won't do shit because it benefits them. It's like it's like the Apple glitch back in alpha. That could probably have been easily fixed, but no one gave a shit because it was just easy.
But you can't report it.
So, of course you fucking can.
Try going through the DayZ feedback track. You may as well be headbutting the wall.
People see, this is the thing. People always complain about the feedback tracker, but every single time I've used it, and yes, I will go on experiences. Every single time I've used it, it's been absolutely no bother at all. People on the feedback tracker, in certain things when they complain about it, it's just people report on the stupidest things, and it just stuff that I can't even fucking explain it, but.
Yeah, like G-Man's bringing up a point there as well. Original DayZ PvP, you could zigzag as, the old serpentine. There was no inertia when you changed direction running. So people would just zigzag side to side. So that was an issue. But, and I do also agree, you can't compare this to the Apple glitch. One was a full-on glitch. This is just abusing a mechanic of the game.
It's a meta. It's a meta, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I'll retract that statement. I'll retract that. But even so, like, people always go on and on about the DayZ dev team, and I hold like all their fucking shit close. It's like you cannot be like complaining about mechanics and meta and shit like that when not seeing anyone here does, but when you use it at the same time, it's like, well, just fucking report it then. If you don't want it, talk about it and report it. It's always been the same. And people like not to shit on your marks or anything like that, but if you don't, like you say, the feedback track is useless. It's really fucking not. It's
Your
really
webcam's
not.
got marks as well, by the way. If you don't know.
Yeah, I know. If I ever find a problem, I just DM the devs. It's just easier.
I mean, you have that luxury, definitely.
But look, at the end of the day, we all just suck ass at the game. We all just need to get better.
That's his comeback to any criticism is get good.
Yeah. That's something we can all agree on. We're all shit at the game, but even so, yeah.
Pas moi.
I mean, yeah, Kyra, you just have to adapt to it, but it's just one of those things where it's like, look, it gets to a line where you have to adapt to a meta before you realize, okay, this is actually broken as shit. This needs to be fucking changed.
Look, I just play the way I want to.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, that's it. At the end of the day, if it's, if that's how you want to play, go for it. DayZ is just one of those kind of games where you can play it any single way you want. Still means I'm gonna bitch about it sometimes. Fuck it, why not?
Okay, now I've got something else I want to talk about. DayZ Reddit, and this is potentially DayZ related, but it's also potentially Reddit oriented. So I've got a bot set up in the podcast Discord in one of the way too many fucking channels I've got. But I like it because it's an easy way to go in, and I find Reddit a bit confusing to look at times. I'm an old boomer, so that's probably half the issue. But this is a nice way of seeing everything that's posted. It also has the unique ability of Reddit, and this is part of the problem. Reddit deletes a lot, whether it be the auto bot or whether it be admins or whatever. But the post that I'm looking at, I'll show you guys the post. So, new post on Reddit DayZ, cheaters. Anarchy HD on YouTube has primarily been uploading content where he catches cheaters on DayZ. There are about 10 videos in the last 4 weeks. They all have investigative evidence and show a few cheaters on each video. I already know that cheaters exist, but it is really off-putting, and I have this feeling of not wanting to play because of it. I couldn't imagine how many people are cheating on official servers. He is on servers that have admin tools. I thought that was an interesting topic. I clicked on the link.
Yeah. It's like deleted?
Okay, it's now been deleted by the person who originally posted it.
You're streaming Discord, boy.
Yeah, you're streaming your Discord.
Initially, so the person who posted it has now deleted it, but initially it was deleted by a bot or something. They delete so much fucking stuff over there.
There's more than likely an admin. There's a certain admin that's on there 24/7. He's deleted some of my videos before, and he'll, for no reason, like he'll delete stuff before he'll actually ask you what it's about or doing his research on it, which is a bit annoying from time to time. So yeah, it's a bit of a problem over there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I know they've got their strict rules and all the rest of it. Display or promotion of cheats. That wasn't a Reddit DayZ hates self promotion, yeah. But that wasn't a promotion of a cheat. It was a discussion. But and
the guy was right. The guy is right in what he said in the post.
Yeah.
But the cheaters video, like, that shouldn't be a thing. That's my opinion, but those videos shouldn't exist.
Yeah, we talked about elitism in DayZ. It's almost like the Reddit has taken it to anal levels of...
Oh, yes, they have. They absolutely have. I mean, this is coming from somebody who uses the DayZ subreddit primarily to post screenshots and stuff like that, like edit screenshots like I used to do. And at first, people really loved them, and then after a while they started dipping down. And I actually had one of them took off, if I recall correctly, and if memory serves me right. I got one of them took off because I had a server name on it. And I was like, well, I'm not promoting anything. Like, I'm not including links to be like, oh, hey, play the server. I just posted it, and I was like, I'd done a new image. There you go, because my DayZ, my Reddit account is kind of like, I would say, a portfolio for the shit that I've posted. And I was so fucking salty because I'm like, I'm not taking off the server name because it's like I made it for this particular server. I made it for them, and I'm proud of it. I want to show off my work, and I wasn't allowed to, so I was like, well, what's the fucking point?
Yeah, I had a video. Remember when Asmondian done that post about things, quality of life features that would be better in DayZ? So I reached out to him. I was like, can I make a video on this, highlighting a bit more? And he was like, yeah, go ahead. So I made the video, posted it on the Reddit, and then they instantly took it down. And so I messaged and it was an admin who took it down. And I was like, why did you take it down? And he was like, oh, you're reposting something. And I was like, well, no, I'm not. It's my own content. And I've gotten, full permission from
Asmondian.
I can't remember. Asmondian, yeah. And he was like, oh, okay, then repost it. And I was like, no, fuck you. I'm not going to repost it again. Why did you take down my first one, you prick? Yeah. So it's really annoying like that. Like they just take shit down before even doing their research as to why it's up. They just
do it and then we'll see.
Yeah.
Which is
mean, don't get us wrong. Like the DayZ subreddit is a really good source of information, stuff that you might miss. You do get some really good clips. You do get some really interesting posts, and it's always really heartwarming to see those kind of posts where it's like I read one not too long ago, and it was a guy who was apologizing because he was with somebody, and the person died in a firefight, and he was apologizing because he didn't get to them quick enough, and it was like, dude, it was or something like that. It was just really heartwarming. But then when you get posts where it's like that post we were just discussing before in your video, Marks, it's like, look, it's yeah, sure, it's just ridiculous.
They need to relax. They need to fucking relax. I like things to be like how I like my government. Minimal involvement. There's certain things you have to police, but just chill a bit. Fucking chill. Because what you said, it is a great site for finding stuff out and seeing stuff. It's why I've got a bot in the chat. I like to keep track of what's happening there. But I've just so many times, and it's not just Reddit DayZ. There's other Reddit DayZ groups as well, which have the same issues. They just so overbearing, and it's almost like it's our DayZ, and it will be the experience you have will be what we allow. It's like, no, you've got to understand. It's just fucking relax a bit, guys.
Yeah, it's like before how I was being a little bit elitist and that, but if people were like expressing their opinions or something like that on the DayZ subreddit with shit like that, it's like, fucking let them. That's the whole point. The place is for discussion for stuff like that. Let them talk, for Christ's sakes. Let them agree. Let them disagree. Let them fucking give each other shit. As long as it's not like deeply offensive or illegal. Who gives a shit? Just let them get on with it. Let them post what they want to post in regards to DayZ, and just chill out. That's the way I see it, but what are you going to say, Avoka?
The bots, because you talked about bots as well, deleting posts on Reddit. Like maybe they see some keywords like YouTube does, for example.
Yeah, it's keywords. Yeah.
Like maybe because it was mentioning shitters, that post. So maybe the bot is too severe, and it was like, that's a cheating promotion.
The bot is way too severe. Chuck in the usual racist terms, and I've seen videos explaining about how hard it is to crack down on that. But having one for the word cheater or cheat. No, that needs to be raise an alert for someone to investigate it. But to instantly delete it, it's just it drives a lot of people away. Look at in chat people saying, Chris Kapow, a very upstanding member of the community. I'm not going to lie, he doesn't even bother with the Reddit anymore. It's just getting ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I only use it to post content. That's like when I put a new video up or something like that. That's the only reason I use.
But that's destroying what is essentially probably the largest DayZ community, 241,000 members, I struggle to think of anything else. Maybe the official forums do, but I don't check the official forums a lot myself, to be honest. But
keep forgetting that.
This is a massive old community created, April 20th, 2012. And if it's managed slightly more impartially, it could be so beneficial. But when people like yourself, Mark, are only using it just to share content, and do you go in there and get involved in discussions at all?
Rarely.
Same. So they're just creating an echo chamber of the same sort of people. I've never adminned a Reddit site. I wonder how many people are banned.
Oh, a lot. I would guess a lot. And it's probably more just shit talking the game. That way.
Yeah.
I mean, you do get posts like that, but it's like I said, the way that I say is like, if they want to post on the subreddit and shit talk the game, let them do it. Just let them do it. There's nothing wrong with it.
Good night, Scar Speeder. But
take care of yourself, bud.
I really hope that they take a look at it, because it's a shame to see such a massive community. Most people, when they think of, I'd like to know more about something, they either go to YouTube, where they're going to end up in just a content creators community, or they go, if they want to find out about a lot more and get exposed to a lot more, they think of Reddit. And when it's so authoritarian, it is a fucking authoritarian nightmare to me. It's auto-removed and fucking, please fix.
Yeah, it's...
Please fix.
Fix your subreddit. Instead of fix your mod.
Yeah, you said something interesting about like exposition as well. We wanna post something on Reddit and stuff. Facebook is really underrated. There is a lot of people on Facebook as well, like talking about DayZ and DayZ groups. If you wanna post stuff, like really, people don't estimate how many people are just watching Facebook for DayZ.
They might say, but could you imagine, if we have to check more posts, it's a lot of work, then don't be a fucking moderator. If it's going to be too much work, don't be a fucking moderator. The same as, if you don't like work, don't start a fucking DayZ server. If you want to be a moderator, if you want to have that little mod badge, hallway monitor fucking status, you got to be prepared to put in extra
Moderate.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in regards to your comment, Sawyer, so they were saying, I have an issue with r/DayZ. They forbid self-promotion, but one server did the second week in a row a promo for their car race. Now I know which one you're on about. I posted about a treasure hunter and it got deleted right away. Now I actually just checked their recent promotion, and their mod Sticky to comment on that post, and they said, to those reporting this, OP is the one that got us to rethink event posts. Event may be posted following the same format. Advertise the event in the title, put the server info in the comments, and don't spam post. And that's it. So that you can now promote your events, which is great, but it's like... So I don't know what to really think about that. So I suppose that is a step in the right direction.
Yeah. No, that's too much.
People's got to start using things like Twitter and Facebook for the DayZ community, because it's a big community on Twitter and stuff as well.
Yeah.
And you can post whatever you want really on your Twitter. So it's like, just start using that more. Start following people, interact. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I always use Twitter when it comes to DayZ. My Twitter account has primarily gone from really stupid posts to everything DayZ now. So, and it's really cool. I like Twitter for stuff like that, but Reddit and Facebook I just don't touch. I've never heard any good things about the Facebook group. And Reddit
it's a shit show.
And
depends.
Sour, sorry, I mispronounced your name. My apologies. But yeah, I mean, Twitter is a really good platform, and my goal is just to get DayZ followers back. And so, like that, once I've done that, I can just delete my Twitter account. So, it's fine.
And don't forget Facebook as well. Boomer Book, a lot of people don't like it, but I've been getting pretty decent engagement from Facebook as well. So yeah.
Okay.
Now, something that I want to share, an interesting mechanic, so to speak, that I saw. Something one of our admin team, Foxypote, had been working on.
Oh yeah. That's nice.
Cauterizing a wound.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was the conversation was about when you run out of rags or bandages, but say you're in a bind and your shot cut bleeding out, you run into a shed or whatever, and boom, using epoxy putty to seal the wound. And Foxy shared that he'd started making files for cauterizing a wound. And yeah, I was just, the things people think about with DayZ. There's what if I'm already hot and self-heal? Too hot to handle.
Wait, so you cut yourself to fix your cut?
No. You warm up the knife in the fireplace. When the knife is hot enough,
I didn't see him take it out of the fireplace.
And it cauterizes the wound. Yes, that's how that works.
I didn't see you take it out of the fire. That makes more sense.
That's all good.
You burn your wound basically, so it stops from bleeding.
Yeah, it's a really nice mechanic. I quite like that. Like Foxy said, it's there anyway, so maybe we'll get it in the future. That would be really cool.
If it's just like to stop like from bleeding, like when bleeding, is it really useful to do that? Like light the fire and stuff just for bleeding.
You look for a bleed, it's going to be awkward because I was thinking about that myself. Having to light a fire, but if you're at full health and you've been in a fight and your rag's got ruined or something. And you've got a knife on you, you can craft a knife or a little fire pretty quick. I don't know how long it would take to heat the knife up to the level where it would cauterize a wound, but it's a cool little option for those more PvE realism focused servers. So Foxypote's the guy behind it. If anyone wants to reach out to him, if they think it'd make a nice addition to their server or their mod, but it was brilliant.
Imagine, for example, if we have, because when you think about it, when you get shot by a ammunition weapon, like even the AK or shit, just apply a bandage and you don't bleed anymore. That's not very realistic when you think about it. So like, imagine we had like different level of wounds, like light wounds, you can just bandage and it's fine, but like PvP wound, basically.
You shot the heart.
Cauterize would work. Yeah, at first, for example, you apply a bandage, but then you can still have damages or stuff, and you can just cauterize your wound, and then it would be really useful. That would be great, I think. At different level of wounds.
Food for thought. This is food for thought bleeding. For people.
Yeah. Right now, you're just bleeding, basically. That's it. One bleed, one bandage.
The injury mechanics in DayZ are very basic. This shows that there is potential to maybe expand upon that. Again, probably like if they remove Q&E, a lot of people would be up in arms about that. Scum has a very full-on mechanic, 4 different tiers of injury, and depending on the type of dressing you use, there's everything from just your rags to hemostatic dressings will instantly heal, or you're going to need multiple rags, and it's definitely something to look at. I was very impressed with their injury mechanics in that game.
You need a... Go ahead.
No, go on, my lad.
I was saying you need a medical degree for that shitty game.
No, you don't. No, you don't, mate.
Like Taco.
I
just need to be able to read.
Oh, Mark.
I can't.
I know, going back to last week was like, I don't read anything.
But I will say, though, that even with, with what you were saying, Avoka, about, you can just use rags. Well, now it's like that's even a bit more difficult if you don't have a way to actually disinfect your rags. Like bandages, that's fine. But with rags, if you've got nothing else, I'd rather.
I don't know if it's a new thing, but I played a bit since that, and I never suffered from it. Like, I never had any problem with that, so I don't know.
I have. I definitely fucking have.
I don't. I never had this problem actually.
It must. I haven't checked the files properly, but it must be like kind of like a chance, like it's like a whatever kind of percentage chance to get the wound infection if you use like dirty rags or whatever like that. You know, the ones that aren't disinfected. And maybe I'm just really fucking unlucky, but you know.
No, I've had it a few times. So
yeah, it's like sewing your wounds. You know, if you've got nothing else, but you've got a sewing kit, I would still do it. I'd still do it. So I'd say the more the better. More ways to heal, the better.
Now, Mark, you were talking about people need to use Twitter more. And this is one of the reasons why people need to look at Twitter. So you shared on Twitter your video. New video is live. DayZ's base building needs a major overhaul ASAP. DayZ, we all love you. Just please update this soon. And they actually replied to you.
Yeah.
Yes. They did correct you that there was an update, the 1.08, that was focused on base building.
Yeah.
But this was interesting, and it was a very, very interesting video as well. You got some pretty good feedback on this.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch the whole video.
It was
a man of few words.
It was.
You're a man of few words. I pass over to you, and you go, mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to put my words together, but it's it got a lot more traction than I thought it would. To be honest with you, there were some good things in there and stuff, and I'm glad the devs replied to it as well.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people were saying, "Oh, we need CCTV cameras, and somehow that it can notify us when we're offline that we're getting raided." I'm like, no, that's a stupid idea.
I love this idea.
It's not
being able to electrify your barbed wire. Maybe connect them to a generator or a battery or something would be fucking awesome. So you get shock damage as well as bleeds.
That would be nice.
Yeah,
that should be in, definitely.
Definitely should. I mean, I will admit I haven't had time to check out the video. I was going to before the show started, but I got too busy doing that thing. I was too busy doing the.
Yeah, it's okay.
Don't ban me. I love you too much. But I was too busy working on that thing before the podcast show started. But I will take a look at the video before I comment it more. But from the responses I've seen and the fact that DayZ responded, maybe in the next year we're actually going to get another base building patch. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, why would they respond unless they're already into talks about it? Yeah. I mean, obviously they're not going to tell us until we'll find out like everybody else. But it's good when you make a video and it actually catches the eyes of the developers and it gets some traction because you're making your voice heard and you're getting some of that and you're getting higher in the fucking algorithm. So all around a win-win.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But
the one thing I pray to God that they are looking at is bringing in being able to barricade existing buildings. Yes. That would be so damned good. I know it could create issues on public service, but public service have their own issues enough, with people maybe locking down ATC and things like that. But as long as it's balanced well, that would be one thing they could do that would make a lot of people happy. That, your first line of defense can be locking the doors of a house. And it shouldn't be OP to break into, but you should need to have the right gear. The chainsaw would be nice if they could bring that back as well. But we've got an idea of maybe doing a wish list episode, talking about things that devoting an episode to talking about things we would love to see in DayZ.
Nice.
I've been playing DayZ Down under Vanilla Enhanced server as I talk about in almost every week because I'm loving DayZ more than I have in a long, long time. And it's vanilla building on there with the addition of if you build a flagpole, you get build anywhere in a vicinity around your base. And that's a really good balance. That's a really that's working really well. So yeah, it stops people from being able to build within that vicinity as well, I believe, or limits what they can build. And it's a nice little addition, to the way it plays.
See, I like stuff like that because that's really thinking outside the box. I certainly wouldn't have thought about doing that at all.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have thought about doing it anyway. But that's it. I like stuff like that, and maybe it gives the devs some kind of idea in the future, and not obviously doing that one-to-one, but working around it, getting some ideas. Like, look, how do we actually deal with this? I do think that in the coming year, we'll have like an expanded vanilla. Base building mechanics, like, reinforcing existing buildings, because people's been asking for that since day one of base building. They've been wanting to do that, and it's like, you can, like, if you want to do up a school, you can just build like the normal fences. That's perfectly fine. But if you just got a little dingy house somewhere in the middle of the woods and you just want to cover up the windows, you should be able to do that as well without having to build such a big fucking model. It's just ridiculous. Like Dumpgra, actually, I want to plug him slightly a bit. He has made a mod for New Dawn, and it was just like the window barricade, and
I saw that video.
And it was such a good fucking idea. Me and him would try to tackle it like months and months ago, but we never got around to it. So I was really proud of him to actually be able to finish it. So, if the DayZ devs could even just look at that, look at how he's done that, that would be a really good basis, I think.
Plus, the other thing as well is if they add more for vanilla, it'll be great for the console blokes. We on PC, we have options. We have DayZ expansion, we have base building, base building plus, and I think there's a couple of others out there. There was the one that you mentioned, Marks, that got taken down. Simple base building.
Yes.
No, it wasn't named that. I can't remember what it was called, but that one was like what I was kind of basing this video off of. Just adding things like windows that can open, single doors that'll fit in, doorways and stuff like that. Just stuff to make it a little bit better.
More doors. There's the more doors mod as well. Yeah, I put that one.
Yeah, vanilla base plus, that was it.
But if they could expand on the vanilla Avoka, would be great for the console community as well, who don't have access to all these other options, if that's really what they want to get into. So,
the vanilla seems really limited right now compared to.
It is.
Awesome.
Now, we touched on this before, but your tweet that gained a lot of traction, lad.
Yeah, I was very, like I was saying before, when I put out the tweet, I was on the way to bed. I had work in the morning. I was like, you know what, I lost my modding mojo for a little bit, so I put out the tweet because I wanted to do a quality of life mod, and I'm still working on it. And I was expecting people to be like, like just little things. And then they start talking about really fucking complex shit. And I'm like, oh, fuck. But it actually brought up really good points. And a lot of them, like a lot of the people in the tweet were really talking about. And it wouldn't stop for like 2 days. And it was... Okay, I'm just going to stop right now. DayZ must be watching because they've just followed me on Twitter.
There you go.
Oh my god! But right, that's it. I'm good. Right, see you later, guys. I'm going home. But yeah, it was a really, really good post, and a lot of people were very, very civil about the whole thing, and they brought up some really good points, which I was really happy. Winstride linked the Asmodean forum post for the 50 quality of life suggestions, which I have took a look at. And DayZ Down Under, they talked about it as well. I was very, very happy with the overall response. I was really, really happy. A lot of people, like I said, they brought up really good points, and a lot of stuff I do want to hope to implement in this little quality of life mod. Yeah, I also posted my response on that clip, the sweaty clip that we had on before, which I thought was funny. But yeah, it was a really, really good post. Just due to the responses and just how people were nice about it, You
got a good point.
Q&A got brought up again, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Q&A, people, DayZ Downloader was talking about dynamic storage, which was really an interesting concept. People talking about Mike Doherty. He was actually talking about the player character being overall slower in terms of like travel, animations, leaning, stuff like that, which I actually agree on. I do believe that the player character should be slowed down, not obviously to a fucking crawl, but just a little bit, to make travel a little bit. You want to spend a little bit more time traveling to get to places and stuff like that. You want to basically take in the game just a little bit more. Because right now it feels a bit too quick, and it might actually deal with, in my opinion, the arcadey feel that the game has, like the vanilla game has, in terms of like maneuverability. But again, I could just be talking absolute shit. And Asmodean talked about the bleeding vignette. Which I thought was really nice. Mouth gag muffle, direct keybind to radials, which is really nice. Extra clothing layer for NBC, raincoats and ponchos. I kind of agree with that a little bit, to be honest. I thought it was an interesting idea, at least. Military tent as a backpack. Why the fuck is that not back in yet? No idea.
Yeah.
Smaller wooden crates. That would be nice. More storage options for your bases would be really, really cool. I know a lot of base building mods, they have like lockers and big boxes and shit like that and shelves. That's all well and good. If shelves, being able to prop up your own shelves or getting the parts for it for vanilla would be a really, really nice thing, I think. Dude Thor was talking about PvP raiding, which, we've talked about a lot in the podcast before. And of course, that one person... bows.
Yeah.
Because naturally you can't have a DayZ post without either cars or bows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was some comments of fixed cars on my base building video. It's like,
naturally.
Yeah.
My fixed base building, we can't even fix cars, bro. It's like,
I had on my map teasers, I had comments like, why DayZ doing new maps when cars are not working? I was like, that's not an official map.
Yeah, it's... And we've said on the podcast so many times about the car issue. It's such a complex issue. It's not just a simple fucking fix. There's a lot of aspects that need to be looked into. And a lot of people who make car mods might know.
From what I know, it has to do a lot about client and server side. I mean, like, I think I'm gonna say shit and have the wrong one, but I think like the cars right now, they're like server side. The way they touch the ground. On Arma, it's the opposite. It's something like that, basically. And like, it's because of sometimes they lag, it's because of the collision between the wheels and the ground, basically. It's not properly synced. And yeah, I don't know.
No, of course.
Look, I don't want a response. I just want you to fix it.
Ooh, look at him. He's fucking hard, isn't he?
Just giving you an average response.
I mean, honestly,
yes, of course, yeah.
I can understand some of those comments, though, because it's been bugged for a lot of time. It's been buggy for a lot of time. So, I can get it.
But yeah, Chris Kapow, that's that honestly, I understand your point completely, mate. I really do. A lot of people kind of like how it is right now, and maybe a few people don't like it. I'm kind of indifferent about it. I understand both points. I would prefer it if the player character was generally a little bit slower, not akin to alpha, but just having some level.
No one's going to listen to you, mate, because you're one of these banned auto runners, which even I don't understand.
Yeah. I fucking hate auto runners. No, I'm indifferent. I don't give a shit. If people want to use that, that's perfectly fine. But no, I completely understand.
Okay, Pope Leo in chat has just said he just posted a mod where you can't run and lean at the same time.
What?
What as fuck?
Yeah. You see, I told you before, that's my guy, because every time I have a problem, he's there and he fucking fixes it.
It's going to feel like Call of Duty now when you can't run and lean at the same time.
Share a link to it, mate. We'll put it in the podcast as well.
I think it's a Call of Duty over here.
Mama, if he just did that because we talked about it and it took him 2 hours. Fuck you, Paul.
I like that. I like that in the description. If you're a Zoomer who hates this, feel free to abuse me in the comments. Doing
that's classic Pop.
See,
I'm going to try.
We talk about something 2 hours later. Pop just uploads it to fix. Hey, Pop, can you fix cars? Can you fix cars, please?
Oh, but yeah, overall, like the whole
Poop.
discussion was great. Fix cars, but yeah, I mean, I couldn't have asked any better from the community from that post. It was absolutely lovely. You alright there,
I'm going to install this mod right now. I want to see what it's like.
No, and yeah, I will say I'm surprised that Spaggy didn't respond. What about Xbox? but yeah, so.
Poop, add it on Aftermath. Thanks, Poop.
Scotty's just said, Pope Leo apply for open positions. Oh, but yeah, so. But I would like. I know we've talked about this topic a little bit long, but I do want to know how you guys in the chat feels about like quality of life. What kind of improvements can you make to the game? You can talk in the Twitter post that I have, or you can just post them here or on the podcast Discord. I feel like having a topic like that is really, really good for the progression of the game. It gets a lot of people's input and feedback and opinions about how the game should function, and just pressing the issues that have been prevalent for a long time in order to get fixed. Like, part of the mod that I've been making is I've made with the help of Mass, I've made continuous actions for bandaging in rags, so you don't stop when you make the one. When you do it once, you continuously do it. I'm going to see if I can do it for weapon cleaning kits and stuff like that. Purification tablets and breaking sticks, they're near instant actions. I was working on putting the headlamp on the glasses slot, but that's actually causing me issues because the way that it's structured, like the code is structured, it should only work for headgear, so it's having to fucking figure that out. Or I could just make a new headlamp and do it that way, but we'll see. But yes, quitting DayZ, playing Fortnite. Fuck. But I've got other. Go on, Max.
I installed this mod and I'm just using it right now. It is weird. So what happens is yeah, it works. But so what it does is when you're running and you go to lean,
share your screen.
It puts you.
Yeah. Show your screen.
Okay. Yeah. All right, jeez, good. Okay, can you see this?
Hang on, loading in now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, do it.
This is just an offline mode, but like when you're running, you lean, it puts you in walking, basically. So it just slows you down.
Or jogging, yeah.
Yeah, or jogging,
That's fine.
I'm happy with that. Like that's pretty much what we talked about. That's fucking.
Wait, try to replicate like shoot, like be like you are shooting something. Yeah, you can't run anymore like they do. That's nice.
So I like that. That's fine.
Brilliant.
Doesn't slow you to a crawl.
Oh, beep.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And what I really like about it, still can be abused, but it's not as bad. Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Cryo, but sorry, Cairo.
It slows you down. It slows you down. You don't. It's reducing it. So you know, still a technique, but it's nowhere near as OP as it was.
Definitely. I see. Talk about shit, man. Happens. But yeah. So, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I also changed the insulation values at NBC suits So if you're using it on the Malsk, you don't have to worry about your heat as much. Makes it slightly easier, yes, but I haven't changed the inventory sizes at all. So the only benefit you're getting is it is warmer for you. So there is that. I've also increased the slots of certain storage items like dry sacks, so you have a more viable way of storing your NBC gear, and not getting totally in the way, you know. So stuff like that, just little things. Always taking suggestions. I want to get more people involved in the project, not as a DayZ overhaul, but just something that can just add to the experience in certain ways, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I want to go for. So if people, any coding guys, because I'm terrible at scripting, if you want to join the project, hit us up, send us a friend invite on Discord, because I don't take direct messages. Just hit us up, we'll talk, and you'll see how bad I am at modding. No, but seriously, always interested in feedback and that, but I'll shut up now.
Now, something else that I want to share, give me a sec to share my screen. Those who know me know I am a huge fan of this man who is on the screen right now, Vigilante Gamer. If you are interested in tactics in DayZ, honestly, there's some great minds out there, but I don't know of anyone who explains it better than Vigilante Gamer. His voice is perfect. His delivery is perfect. And I'm shouting the guy out. He started up a Patreon, and this is the sort of stuff you can expect. He's working on a video at the moment. That, you know, for those who follow him on Twitter, which I'll bring up his account, he had a thread where quite a few people ended up getting involved in and discussing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? Yeah, this one here. Whereabouts are people camping to snipe players at Starry these days? Does anyone still sit at the Northerns? He's been out of the game for quite some time. You know, married man, got a job and all the rest of it. But he's coming back and getting involved how he can. And the comments on this discussion were, you know, we had Amish Zed coming in, all these names, Toprek, you know, some of the guys who play a lot and PvP a lot. And basically what he was doing was milking them for information on changes to the meta, because that's what I said to him. I said, mate, you need to be aware a lot has changed in DayZ. The locations have changed due to new places of interest. You know, I pointed out to him, like the Northeast Airfield used to be a fucking place to go to. Then it died. They removed all the military from there. Now they've just added all those military tents back, and if you want NBC gear, it's probably the go-to place. So there's going to be a whole new meta arising around the new layout of the Northeast Airfield. And so he's analysing all of this and doing stuff over on his Patreon where, look at the layout of this. I'm not going to read it all. It's fucking massive. The guy is a fucking genius. If there was a zombie apocalypse, he is one guy I would fucking be linking up with and deferring to 100%. I've been lucky enough to play with the guy. And I defer. Even though I've got military training, I defer to him and I listen to his commands. He's a natural leader, and if you want to be able to improve your game, improve your squad play, improve your lone wolf play, seriously consider signing up to his Patreon, or at the bare minimum, following him on YouTube. I am so excited for this video when it comes out. Yeah, he's got this little sneak peek that he's release, sneak peek, next video in the works. His graphics are just fucking next level. His way of explaining shit is fucking brilliant. I cannot.
Yeah.
I'm not bigging him up enough. I'm not. This guy is a fucking genius. He's got a video on his channel where he translates Sun Tzu's Art of War to DayZ.
Wow.
This is the level of brilliance of his mind.
Okay.
That's great. I love shit like that. That's so fucking cool. I mean, yes, sure, it's just for a game, but even so, like, oh, look at that.
But does he master the leaning technique?
No, he does not use the leaning technique.
That's the question.
Yeah, again, he's another one who is like an ambassador level. His level of knowledge. Yeah, he's got a video there. KOS is not ruining DayZ. Just absolutely amazing, fella. It's an honour to count him as a friend. Just the truck at a few encounters, and people gave him feedback, and he said, you know, why I took the shot. He's not he KOSs at times, depending on his needs at the time. He generally plays solo. Just yeah, fucking brilliant. His tactical breakdown series was brilliant. He did one just recently with Toprek, analysing a encounter that Toprek had, which was absolutely fucking phenomenal. I don't think he would mind.
Obviously, I don't have time to play DayZ myself anymore. It's been a few years, in fact. But Toprek has asked me to do a tactical breakdown of one of his video clips. I can certainly have a go at that. I'll put a link to the original video in the description so you can have a look, which I definitely recommend. He's a very impressive player. So let's watch the clip and we'll come back and discuss.
I have a black jacket now and a green vest on me.
Yo, where
we came from?
Oh, I'm dead. Somebody just wrecked me right there.
I see him. There's two. Where did you die? Where were you when you died?
Right outside the house that you gave me the gun cleaning kit.
Yeah, they're smoking it. One of them is dead. Alright, 3 dead. That was it.
Nice! Did you grenade them?
No. Got him.
The first thing Tope did was communicate to his friend that his appearance has changed. He's changed his clothes. That's actually really important because it's very easy to mistake your friend for an enemy, especially under some stress.
I want to point something out to you guys watching this as well. You know what software he used to edit this?
Microsoft Movie Maker?
His phone. He did this. He made this video on his phone.
What the fuck?
Yeah, the guy has a passion for DayZ. I'm not going to do the rest of the video because I'd love people to go and actually watch it. It's only got 3,730 views. I can't believe 6 people would dislike it. Maybe they don't like Toprek, I don't know. But this is his channel. If you are interested in the tactics and the thought processes and stuff behind DayZ, there is probably no other channel that is on this level. He's the Wobo of tactics. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I'm gonna follow him on Twitter.
And like I said, he has a Patreon. He's got 5 patrons. Awesome. That it's slowly growing. So if you really like his stuff and want to support, please consider going over and look into it. If you're someone, click that he's just said, you know, you're wanting to improve your tactics, he's a great place to start, especially if you're a lone wolf. He's got so much lone wolf stuff that will just anyone can benefit from it. The next level god tier videos. He's so engaging. He doesn't waffle like I do. You know, that's a big problem I've got. I talk fucking way too much. But everyone will learn. The fact that someone like Tober, he's got a video on his channel analysing the Running Man. He used to do those tactical breakdowns where he analyses, and if there's criticisms, he does it. He's not a person who'll kowtow, who sucks the dick of anyone. If there's a criticism he's got, he'll fucking say it. He'll say, I don't agree with what they did.
Oh, that's nice.
I think in one video he said something about Toprek. He goes, I wouldn't have done that. But and you shouldn't do it either. But Toprek can, because he's got the skills to back up that play. So he's got that level of knowledge to be able to look at something and say, yeah, no, that would not work for 99% of the player base, but these guys are freaks of fucking nature. They can do shit that we can't. So, yeah, it's a great channel, and I'm really, really happy that he's back, and I want his Patreon to blow up because... then it helps justify to his missus that, hey, darling, don't mind me spending a few hours. I might be able to get some income coming in for you and the kids and all the rest of it. He's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely fucking brilliant. Well worth a look. Well worth a look.
Yeah, the Art of War, some of those stuff seems interesting.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Definitely a channel to... consider supporting, and even just subscribing to his YouTube channel. He is monetized on YouTube, so you'd be supporting him by just turn on all post notification, so you're getting everything that comes from his channel. He was over 10,000. He's dropped down because he was inactive there for a while, but yeah, just make sure you've got that bell turned on. He's one of my elite list of, if a video goes up from him, I stop what I'm doing and watch it, because you're in for a treat. Absolutely a treat. Even this. Slicing the pie. FPS tips and tactics. 4-minute video. So he doesn't care about, making sure that it's 8 minutes of content just so he gets the monetization. If he can explain something in a shorter time, he'll do that. He's not going to waste your time. Flanking, it just works. Tips and tactics. A lot of people will hear the term flanking, but he manages to explain it in
accurate, and in DayZ.
I think there was. What?
Don't do that. Nothing's going to happen for the rest of the night. Using his third-person camera, that means he'll be sitting still, which makes the shot far easier. So he'd be crouching down and looking over the chopper with his camera. I'm in a position which makes almost...
just simple little animations. I've waffled enough. I've bigged him up enough. No, I'm not being paid to do this. I'll send you the check afterwards, Vince, if you're watching. But, yeah. Yeah, post it in chat, Cairo. We'll quickly watch it. Actually, we'll do that during the clip section. So we maintain continuity. Okay. Big ups to DayZ with the Halloween event. I do like the glow-in-the-dark pumpkins. I know they're not real and all the rest of it, but I just like them. The flies didn't go down too well, though, did they, lad?
Oh, they are back in. The pumpkins.
Yeah, the flies were...
caught by surprise.
Yeah, I saw on Reddit people were giving out about it. I streamed it yesterday. People were giving out about it. And people don't realize, they think it's a permanent thing, but it's only going to be in for a week, maybe at most, and then it's gone.
Yeah, a week or two. It's just something fun, and again, people just need to fucking chill. I can understand, the flies, if they were a bit loud. I never heard them at the beginning, but but it was funny for me, just, the amount of tweets I saw from people saying, I logged into Vanilla, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with my character? They looked fucking deathly. And I saw a post somewhere where, in a Facebook group, I think, where they shared a screenshot saying, what's wrong with my character? I can't work out what's wrong. And everyone's coming up with all these theories. And a few people were saying, dude, it's just part of the Halloween pack. And they completely were missing that. And they're all panicking that they've got some new illness in the game. And I don't know. It was a good troll as well as a fun addition to the game, just to spice things up for a few weeks. Good on them. More stuff like this, please. More stuff. It shows that there's still love, and attention being paid to the game, which makes me a happy boy.
You think they're gonna have another Christmas event as well with the the trees with the gifts?
All the Santa
Christmas
hats
tree?
and stuff will be back again, and
Yeah, nice.
Yep.
That was cool.
Want to shout out the Wolves of DayZ server. This is a starting shirt that people can have on there. Again, immersion, all the rest of it. But it makes me personally very, very happy. And this is Sauerkraut, who's in chat right now, his server. But freshies can spawn with the DayZ podcast t-shirt on. So I appreciate it, mate. That's that's a nice thing to fucking do. And I like the fact that you chose to take the photo at a antenna. We're a podcast, and
that's right.
A bit, of pride, but I love this show, and I love doing it, and I love the fact that so many people are enjoying it all more now. So thank you so much. And he also became our first ever director tier Patreon at the $50 tier. So I really appreciate it. It is a semi-paid promo, Cairo, but he signed up for the Patreon and he did this. He loves the podcast, man, and I really appreciate it. And on that note, so many people have reached out to me with things for the Christmas show coming up. I have fuck off, Chris. But I'm spending a lot of money on this Christmas show, folks, and that's not me begging or anything like that. This is what I like to do. This is my hobby. Yep. And I've opened it up so that people can choose to support. I've had an anonymous donation of $25. They don't want to be... check out DaVinci Live, I think it's called, or something like that. It's a free editing software.
DaVinci Resolve. Yeah.
DaVinci Resolve, that's the one.
Really cool.
It's a free editing software that is apparently as good as, if not better, than Adobe and Sony Vegas. And you don't need to be a pirate to use it. Yeah, have you used it? Have you, Avoka?
No, because it's my basically I'm working in video shit.
Yeah.
So DaVinci is really good. Maybe I wouldn't say it's as good as Adobe, but it's close. It's really nice, and it's free, as you said. So.
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
But back to the topic. I really appreciate the support from everyone in the fucking community. There's been, it's like we're going through a growth phase right now. I'm generally putting or gaining about 100 subscribers every month, which is fucking amazing. I actually made over $200 last month from YouTube, and pretty much. I did take my missus out and treated her to a lovely foreign cuisine. We went to IKEA and had Swedish meatballs. But
naturally, yes.
Pretty much everything goes back into the show, folks. And this Christmas episode coming up, the stuff we've got is fucking awesome. It's fucking awesome.
Nice.
And there's going to be shirts and hats and probably a hoodie. I'm going to see if I can get a discount on some DayZ gear as well. And just make it a nice little thank you for all the support over the last 82 episodes, year and a half odd this has been going for, folks. Knows how to treat a lady. Mate, I could have taken her to Bunnings for a sausage sizzle here in Australia. She would have been, that's real fancy. They cook it right in front of you. Sausage, onion, and bread.
But see, that's the thing. It's as somebody who's now not the most recent addition as a co-host, the amount of support that the show's been getting, especially since I've been around, has been absolutely amazing. The community, everybody here that tunes in every single week has been absolutely fantastic. And even if you just watch, your support is just so nice. It's just so nice to see, especially the regulars who come in and, you see them, you can have a chat with them, they can take the piss out of us, and likewise, we can take the piss out of you guys because, hey. But it's, the more you guys watch, the more you guys stick with us, it's well fucking worth it. It's absolutely well worth it. And yes, I want that crowdfunder. I would put 50 quid towards it straight away. But like I said, guys, how would I even say it? Without you guys, without the support from everybody, it wouldn't have gotten to this point. And I can't wait for the next 100 episodes to come out. I really can't wait. And I can speak for myself. Nice. I'm fucking sticking around to the end. And, you know, I hope you guys do as well. I absolutely love that the fucking shit out of the lot of you. And it's so nice. It's so fucking nice. But been so great. Been absolutely great. And Boydie, I want to extend, especially to yourself, like a personal thank you for having me on and for just being an absolute outstanding guy. You know, you've been doing the podcast for such a long fucking time and got so much respect for you, but I absolutely love you, man. Absolutely love you.
Fucking Chris. I was sitting there looking at my mic going, what? Am I fucking muted? Man, I love it. I love DayZ. I love talking about it. I've learnt a lot over the 4 to 6 years that I've been doing this sort of stuff and changed my attitude. And I try to just focus more on the positive stuff about DayZ. And, you know, we've changed co-hosts a lot. You know, I'm a temperamental person. I drive people away. You know, it's a defense mechanism. But no, well, we've needed, and you know, Archie was meant to be here today, but he had internet issues. So you know, we expand as we see that we need to. I would like to quickly just mention the reason we didn't do a poll about. Well, we did kind of do one in chat in the Discord. We said, you know, should we add Archie as a regular co-host? But he just brought a dynamic to the show that. We'd had him before as a co-host. You know, last year he was co-host for a number of episodes, but then he stepped away from the DayZ scene, and now that he's back again, he just, you know, my two co-hosts, Marks and Lad, were raving after the episode about, you know, how much fun it was with him on the show, and I just went, fuck it, let's just ask him, and yeah, He was happy to come back, and he'll bring a dynamic to the show that will help the show grow.
Yep, exactly.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, it was when we had him on the show. It was just so goddamn funny. It was just nice and refreshing, and
yeah,
we all basically just agreed. Look, let's just fucking have him. Let's just absolutely have him, and. You know, it's stuff like that which really helps the show and it helps you guys. You know, because at the end of the day, we want to give you guys something to watch, some entertainment, but also maybe, at least in my eyes, teach you guys something. Just talk about DayZ, and because we're all passionate about it. We might shit on the game sometimes. We might agree. We might disagree. Sometimes very, you know, I wouldn't say harshly, but I will use that for lack of a better word. But we all love the game. So
it's definitely useful.
Yeah, exactly. So,
look, we talked about an issue. 2 hours later, we got the mod fixing it.
I know, exactly. That fucking blows my mind. That literally blew my mind.
Yeah.
I had a mouthful of fucking vape then. And you bang on the money. It was like, what? There's a mod already? Remind me to go back and check, because I shared it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Remind me to go back and see what the feedback is on that post. But yeah. Okay, enough tear jerking and circle jerking. Clips of the week, guys.
God. Yes, please. Yes.
Yes.
Savaganda.
The dude Thor.
Someone's stealing our car.
No fucking way. Are you serious?
Yeah. Where is he?
Push up and to the right, Minder. Up and to the right.
He's driving away. I think he's going into the town here, the way I came. Yeah, he's going into the town. The town. I'm in the car.
No, you go. It's alright. You go.
Where is he? The town, the small town. What's this, fucking... Boar? I don't know where he is.
Yeah, he's pushing left. He's actually pushing up to Green Mountain. Oh, I fucking hit him!
Oh, what? Oh yeah, you saw one.
You sniped the fucking driver.
Yeah.
I want to put this in perspective as well. Why am I not subbed to the dude Thor on this channel? Okay, that's resolved. This shot was on the Karma Crew server, I believe. So bear in mind, yes, what Chris is saying. He is mid 300 to high 300 pings. So many people talk about ping in DayZ and say, I'm not going to play this server because of that. I've said this myself, but for me, it's more about what annoys me is going up to a door, trying to interact with it and waiting a few seconds. But if you're prepared to look past that, you can adjust. It takes a bit of skill. So, but you can do it. Don't ever let ping be a black and white thing that I'm not going to do it. You might it'll take a bit of adjusting, Avoka, but yeah, you can do it.
It's like there's some games if you have a server ping, it's not even playable. But DayZ is alright actually. For some reason, I don't know why, but DayZ is alright. Like 100 pings, you can still play.
Yep. But no, fucking cracking clip, dude. Cracking. Yeah, and he's been a guest on the show. He's currently off on a hiatus from DayZ, playing a lot of Scum at the moment. But yeah, like people said, what a fucking shot, man. What a shot. Absolute fucking legendary effort. The next clip we have is the Greedy Peasant.
The Greedy Peasant. Okay.
Yeah, if we follow the coast road down, then we might grab a car because they're at the roadblocks. There's cars on the roadblocks.
It's a 10-minute video.
So
that's longer than what we normally show.
One of the best
is there
parts
any info
about
with it?
The mayhem that instills. Got him.
Player. At the crane.
Ooh, where?
He's geared.
Yeah, there's somebody. No, he's not too geared. He's about the same as us.
Apples!
Hey!
Get this one on snipe too.
I'm going to skip this one. A 10-minute video is too long for this segment.
Yeah.
The trick going. Oh shit, yeah, look at that. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Wow, that's what wake up is here. How my mates are going. They look like they're having fun. But that's what we want. Little pew pew action. Oh, there's space there. I don't know how you love the server. You play it often?
Oh, it's a server review video by the look of it. Okay.
Yeah,
one of my most
So
played.
that's probably more suited for its own sort of a segment. So
Yeah.
what else have we got here? Rag Tyson, Halloween on Ragnarok. Is that music?
No, I don't fucking like that.
I hope it's not copyrighted, but
Wait. It's so creepy.
what is that shit? Oh, fucking wolves added to the mix.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
What the
fuck?
What the fuck? Wait, put it back.
There's a big ass fucking spider.
What the fuck? Whoa.
I fucking hate spiders, man.
I'm never playing on those servers. Can confirm right now. If that's what's going to be roaming around.
The lack of animation.
Yeah, that needs Mario's assistance. If that had been if that had been actually running, I would have literally shit myself. I fucking hate spiders with a passion, man. They are my fucking Achilles tendon. Oh my god, I scream like a girl. The missus has to kill all the spiders in the house. I take care of snakes and mice and all the other sort of shit, but spiders, no.
I mean, to be fair, you live in Australia, you kind of have to have that fear of spiders.
What else have we got? Derleth, a close call.
Ooh, I like Derleth.
Oh, crap. No, you messed up, buddy. You messed up. Done that many a time. Oh, there's only one. Oh, shit, there's a lot more.
Oh, fuck me.
Get up on the fucking...
Yeah, vault on it. Oh, yeah. They will him. No, they will eat him. You are dead, my friend.
How did that miss?
How was he not knocked out by now? What?
Should have stayed in the tent and like...
There's the helmet, probably.
Holy crap. And they're still coming because he's shot.
Oh, he's a dead man. But he had a silenced pistol the entire time and I've used it. You joking me?
It's 9mm.
Not everyone's a PvP god.
Don't have to be, you have a silenced pistol.
Yeah, it could be button mashing, forgetting which one you had it on, or...
It's a bad gamer.
Oh, he's flashing.
Oh, yeah.
Only one cut. Only one cut.
But he's absolutely fucked.
Yeah, he's... Holy crap,
that could have been so easily avoided.
Oh, my dear lord.
What the fuck?
Now, where's this clip, Cairo? Where's this clip?
It's in your DMs, apparently.
On what platform?
Check
MySpace.
Yeah, Tumblr.
Beeble?
He posted it in chat. He linked it in chat.
Oh,
and when is it? 40:55. Yeah, the leaning clip.
I can see Gilly Boy. Which have I got? I've got another spare mag. Yeah, this guy's definitely gonna peek that corner. Who just killed who? Yeah, Avex just killed him.
That guy killed me. Avex is.
Just killed him. They're all dead.
That's a good shot.
We just got all their kit. We just got all their kit, dude.
I can't be.
That's a good shot.
That's a good shot.
That was a fucking fantastic shot. Very nice. Very, very nice.
Yeah.
Post the links in here, guys. I don't like to go into Twitter DMs in case someone sent me something that's personal or something like that. We do have a channel in the Discord for this every week, which is where I like people to post the clips because it just makes it easy and puts them all in there. That shot would be impressive if it wasn't a Shaytak, yeah. Look, I would still not hit it even if I had fucking a railgun. I'm just that shit of a shot.
Oh, this video's been trending in recommended on YouTube for a while recently.
Is this actually from the person? It has to be your own clip, guys. Has to be your own clip.
It won't. It probably won't be. This clip is old.
Yeah.
This is your clip, Chris? This is your channel?
No, he said no.
No. Okay. Yeah.
God damn it, Chris. And he played us like a damn fiddle.
No, it's all good, Chris. 145, you said?
Stuck into them. I do plan to. We heard shots coming from construction side, so that's where we're heading first now. There's guys here. He's dead. Yeah, he's dead. Oh, there's another guy?
Yeah, up here. This knocked.
You're knocked?
Yeah.
I'll finish the other guy. 1 sec. I've got no close range.
Oh, there's no guy.
He's on me.
Nice
Did you knock one
transition
guy?
effect there, man.
The other guy, I'll kill him.
The first guy, I'm pretty sure knocked, you see.
Killed one.
Ooh.
He's dead.
Ooh. Lucky.
Killed another. He's down.
Nice.
I'm pushing back, dude.
Okay, that's pretty impressive, man. That's pretty impressive. I was subscribed to you. There's so many channels I've still got to add. Going from Clan Rivals to Clan Alliance, Winter DayZ Part 1. I'll pay that, mate. I'm not a massive PvP guy, but that's that's really impressive. But yeah, the leaning and the zigzagging, mate. But yeah, better snap sounds. I did enjoy that. I'm still yet to actually play on a server with better snap sounds. I've got to do that. I've got to go out and check that one out. That's DanceofJesus' mod, which I did hear feedback that on the deathmatch servers it can be a bit over the top, but I think that I wouldn't mind it. It should be fucking chaos when there's balls popping off around you. But yeah.
Oh god, yes.
That's fucking awesome. Okay, back to the agenda. Few things to shout out. The first one is, we focus a lot on the small guys, but that doesn't mean that I ignore the big guys. And one of the big guys posted something pretty fucking impressive. JLK.
Yeah.
Yes, 8 videos of his have surpassed 1 million views.
Fucking nice.
Mama.
That's absolutely impressive.
That's
Fucking
insane.
awesome.
That's fucking insane. You know, a lot of people. I'm not saying he's on this level yet. You know, a lot of people talk about. Josh loves Cairo. Talk about Frankie and all the rest of it. But JLK, if you haven't watched one of his videos, I know they're long, folks. An hour 26 and all the rest of it, but they're fucking worth it. The guy puts everything into his videos, folks.
Yeah.
5.6 million views. Yeah. That's Frankie on PC numbers.
I mean, don't get us wrong. I haven't really had time to watch his videos because they are so long.
I know that's an issue.
But,
time.
Yeah, but from what I have seen, they are very impressive. So it's very, no matter what you think of GLK, the amount of effort that goes into his videos, truly deserves it.
It's the kind of video you really take the time to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Max, when he gonna
like
get a million view video?
Hopefully soon. Who knows? Depends if YouTube loves me or not.
On Qhaima.
Yes.
But yeah, JLK's just got this nice style, this mix of scripted and gameplay where, he'll enhance the video by carefully scripting a scene to, fill in the blanks of what you may not have seen. And just, it's amazing to watch.
It's cinematics and stuff, yeah.
It's phenomenal. Absolutely. I cannot overstate just how much effort goes into one of these videos. It's phenomenal. You know what I mean, Chris. It's not scripted content. I know that's a big fucking issue of contention, which people need to just get over. If you enjoy a video, you enjoy it, as long as they're not cheating or abusing, whatever. But yeah, I enjoy it. This carefully acted out, telling a story, enhancing the story, enhancing it with filling in the gaps and just some beautiful fucking stuff. Really well done. It shows how much effort, and it's being rewarded with people are enjoying the content. Yeah. What else? Let me just go back here. The community spotlight. I have to do it. Again, it's not a paid promotion per se, but I want to shout out the Wolves of DayZ service, which I've just become aware of. 5 maps. 5 maps they're running, all on their own software.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty fucking
They founded in 2019 as Wolves of Chinaris. We used to be big, but after a hiatus, we've been back. We're currently running 5 maps and are self-hosting our own hardware, and then some geek stuff there. Dual layer Xeon 24-core gigabit internet. Our maps run on DayZ expansion and have some neat mods, as well as our own server-exclusive items. No pay to win or anything, though. We don't use traders. It is pure looting, survival, and PvE, and some PvP. Currently, all maps are winter maps, with the exception of Takistan. Our servers are Wolves of Chinaris, Wolves of Deer Isle, Wolves of Livonia, Wolves of Demols, Wolves of Takistan. Our servers are hosted in the US West Coast. Ping from Australia is decent, wink, wink, and a link to the Discord there. So if you're looking for something new, folks, check it out. They've got a really cool shirt that you spawn in with. It's a freshie. It has a really cool logo on it.
Yeah, I wonder. I'm gonna have to check that out.
But no, guys, thank you so much, Avoka. I can't thank you enough, mate. Normally, we only spend about 45 minutes to an hour discussing the host and the topic, but mate, it's a long podcast. Oh, sorry, Marks.
Yeah.
I said none.
Oh, okay.
No, I just said it was a bit longer.
But but it was worth it, mate. It was honestly. I'm very, very excited for what you're doing with Qhaima, mate.
Thanks. I'll be sure to tell you everything when it gets ready. Yes.
It's good that you're doing it, mate, because I can't think of anything worse than, to spend all this time on creating a map and then it's a flash in the pan and then no one plays it again. I think you guys are really going for the long haul of making people want to keep on playing the server by having some cool features and additions. And that's important. I think some other map modders out there can learn from that as well. Somewhere new that you can get lost on is great, but at the end of the day, 90+% of DayZ players will end up going back to Churnerus and Livonia. Churnerus predominantly at the end of the day, because it's Churnerus. You guys are doing something a bit different, which is appreciated by the community, mate.
Thanks.
Is there any way we can support you and what you do?
I mean, there's like Twitter and the Aftermath. Wait, I'm gonna send you in the links. There's my Twitter and like the Aftermath Twitter. Aftermath opened. They have the donations allowed, like for the server, of course. But Smoking Bro told like the community that if they want to donate for the map, it all goes into assets and stuff, like into the work of the Qhaima. And you can just donate basically in I think it's a PayPal, like the Aftermath PayPal. I can send you the link. Like just have a message.
I'm sorry, man. You look like a guy who just shot at me with a Mosin.
Like I don't know how much exactly, but I know he has a lot of money. He has spent a lot of money on the map already. And yeah, like the Twitter accounts and stuff.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna send you.
Now, I do have to just quickly show a clip. I had seen this one already.
Really, bro?
Oh, hang on.
You shoot me like this? What the fuck? I'm sorry, man.
I'm sharing the wrong screen because I'm a boomer. It's called New to the Game.
Really, bro? I'm new to the game. You shoot
Oh,
me like
yes.
this? What the fuck? I'm sorry, man. You look like a guy who just shot at me with a Mosin. Did you not hear those shots?
I have no bullets. Look, I have no bullets in it.
Okay.
Plus, I'm new to the game as well, dude.
All right, sorry. You haven't got a new to the game T-shirt on, mate. I don't fucking know that, do I? God. Fucking welcome to the game, dickhead. Some people.
I like that. Just ends it.
As you can see, I'd already thumbs up that one. I liked that clip when I saw it. I really, really liked that clip. It was just.
Many thanks to Chirp, Jaron.
Smoking Bro.
Oh, that was good. Good. That's
As soon as you say you're new to the game, that's it. You've signed your death warrant.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, brilliant. But yeah, thank you once again, Avoka. It was a pleasure having you on, mate.
Thanks,
I'm very excited, like I said, for Qhaima. It'll be fascinating to get on there and experiment with some of those interesting mechanics you guys have got, from the shimmer to the heat when you're in the desert and stuff like that. I'm very excited for it, mate.
And there's a lot of stuff you haven't seen yet, I can say.
Yeah.
Keep
us updated. We'll spotlight if you've got any really cool little additions, mate. Yeah, we'll spotlight them and show people what's going on.
Sure. All right. Thanks, man.
Marks, lad, thank you once again, boys.
Yes.
Anytime. It's been absolutely fun. Sorry it took us a little bit to get into the show today, but.
No, man, you've got to have meals with your family after I finish here. Something I do every Sunday is I have a bit of a break. I get the Reddit going, the render going of the podcast, and then I cook a big breakfast meal for the family with bacon and basically like a big English breakfast that we do.
Oh, man.
We've even got some blood sausage in the fridge too, mate, some black pudding.
Spicy.
But yeah, thank you all so much, everyone. Next week's guest that we have got lined up, Dr. V93 and Dr. Womble are coming on. It is a players episode. So we'll be talking about players, and I think we might combine that with next week maybe having a wish list episode. Things that we would like. So I'll create a channel in the Discord. And oh my God, not another channel, everyone's saying. But we've kind of already got one, the Dream Editions to DayZ. We might just use that one. And just people can talk about what they really want to see in the game next year and in the upcoming patches. I think 1.15 would be a stretch to ask for anything new to be added. But what we would like to see them focus on, in particular with some of the features, mechanics, items, etc., and I think we'll just avoid cars altogether for that topic.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Cars and balls.
Thank you all so much, everyone, and we will see you next week.
Take care,
See you later.
Much love to you.
Ciao for now.